And here, you're in your stupid cat. No, you're in your stupid camp in your tent. Okay,
Leave that cat alone.
You're having a. This is. I can't even speak. I'm so upset. Listen. Oh, we're recording already. I didn't even see that.
Been recording.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Guys,
Guys,
the
it's
Avowed episode. I didn't play Avowed.
Avowed looks really fucking weird. I think so. My install was bad.
Oh yeah, you
Oh
know.
yeah, Avowed. Yeah. Okay. Well. Okay. This is a weird intro. What's up, installers? Am I ever retiring that word?
No,
Please do.
I don't think so. Because
double down,
I said it as an offhand comment.
Now it has to be.
triple down. Like,
I'm-
whatever. If we ever get big enough for merch, just like
gonna be-
I am an installer.
Oh no! That's so cringe.
Oh my god.
That's actually the
and
cringiest
then
thing ever.
and then our future fans are gonna get
They're
bullied
gonna
at high
get
school.
bullied. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
gonna get bullied at whatever school they're at.
No, but like trauma, like builds. Like it's gonna build the community.
I see.
like shared trauma.
Everyone's gonna be in the community Discord going, guys.
I wore this to middle school.
I got beat up.
I got
guys,
beat up.
please design a better shirt.
Okay. Hey,
Avowed.
this is the Avowed episode.
I didn't play Avowed. I
I
forgot.
played Avowed.
All right. Well, a lot of things happened.
Monster Hunter Wilds came out. That's what
not
happened.
even just that. Kenji left.
Oh yeah,
I
right.
abandoned
Yeah,
everyone.
Led the
Kenji
country,
to Austria.
and then yeah, he couldn't get down with the current regime. and
An
then
unspecified country regime.
yeah, it's a completely different country. And then when that happened, Monster Hunter Wilds had come out, and so it's like, oh, we'll just do a Monster Hunter episodes after Avowed, and then we're like, oh, why would we do Avowed before Monster Hunter?
Yeah, because we
We
played
hate
a lot of
views.
Monster.
That's why
Yeah, what'd you say?
we hate views. That's
Yeah.
why we would prioritize
This
Avowed.
Yeah.
podcast is mostly art. It's like our artistic impression.
I mean, I think it's just
This is the thinking man's podcast.
we did say we would do Avowed. Like we went through this whole thing about not doing a wheel, and then last episode, and then we like
and then
wait a minute.
our schedules kind of just didn't line up like last week.
I mean, also even like if we stuck with the sort of redone schedule, this would have still been the Avowed episode, which would have been such a bad mistake.
Yeah, and then like, cause Monster Hunter hype is still going on right now. This shit will drop in like what, Wednesday, Tuesday.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, this still be going on for like I think at least a week more, 2 more.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So
and we all love this game.
this is the Wilds episode, Monster Hunter World.
Oh my god.
Okay, this is Monster Hunter Wilds. We played Monster Hunter Wilds. We've
Yeah.
been playing Monster Hunter Wilds. We're probably gonna keep. We're probably gonna keep playing Monster Hunter Wilds.
I want to hit the end game grind
And
least.
yeah, when the game gets good, and because it's certainly not good now. Anyway,
I think
Ariel,
I think we should give
Ariel,
our experience, our
come here.
history. What's up? I knew it. I leaned away.
Just start. Just shut up. We'll go with you. Then we'll go with you.
Shut up, start talking.
Shut up and start talking.
All right. Okay. I've been a Monster Hunter fan since 3.
Oh my god, dude!
3
Who cares?
3.
Just
I've main
talk
charge blade
about
since third
Wilds.
strike.
I want to give context.
We can give context.
When I was a small child, all I had was
I
Monster
found a
Hunter.
longsword. Listen, we talk about our history with the series. I just want your thoughts and rate number this game.
All right. Anyways, Monster Hunter game. I'm gonna glaze the shit. I always glaze the shit out of every Monster Hunter game, every single time. I love this game.
That's not true.
You hate this
You
game.
had words to say about
had-
Worlds.
I had words for Wilds. I still loved Worlds. Monster Hunter Worlds. I think it was just because
No, because I was glazing the Shadow World, and the whole time you were being a Monster Hunter boomer the entire time, and you're like, well, you know, it wasn't always like this, and they just, you know, you used to have to bring whetstones, you used to have to fucking mine for your whetstones, you used to have to, you kept doing this to me every time I said, God, I love this game.
I think that was the first game. We're talking about Wild.
Yes, we're talking about Wilds.
We're talking about Wilds. Oh, we'll get to that later. But anyways, regardless of what some people lie about me on the internet about, I love every Monster Hunter game. I say the same for Wilds. I do have my issues with it. I just haven't really been vocal with it as of late, as much I have been with other games. I will say though, I think out of the three new gen Monster Hunter, quote unquote,
Like starting from Worlds.
starting for World, yeah, post World Monster Hunter, I think it is the weakest of the three. I would say, like in my brain, I always said Monster Hunter could never be below a 9 out of 10 for me. But honestly, I don't know. I think maybe an 8.5 for Wilds. Like I'm loving this game, and I'm playing it a lot. But at least at the moment, I'm like Wilds, right? Like base Wilds, like week 3 in. Yeah, I would say like an 8.5. Like yeah, maybe a high 8, but I can't really in good conscience, like, because I would rate World a 9. I can't really say like this is better than Worlds. And then also Rise is like close to perfect. Honestly, IMO. We're not talking about Rise.
No, I mean, I think we're gonna have to bring up.
Yes, I think we're going to have to. But like opening statements.
Yes.
Yeah, 8.5. I love this game a lot. I'm really enjoying this game, but there are issues that we'll talk about later.
All right, Kenji.
Oh, you want me to go? All
Yeah,
right.
go ahead.
I do enjoy this game. Generally, my favorite Monster Hunter is whatever the one I'm currently playing, just because it's the one that's in
That's
in
new.
my hands.
Yeah.
This one didn't, whatever reason, didn't the hype around it wasn't capturing me as much as
I would
last
say the
two.
same. I feel like would you say that the general reception is like not to your own experience? Like it doesn't match up with like it seems like everybody else is having a time.
Yeah,
And you're
I
not?
think
That's how I feel.
I think that's just like getting bored with the franchise
Okay.
for me, because like honestly, all the Monster Hunter games kind of like blur in my head as like one
Okay.
thing. Like I can't tell you what monsters I fought in what game or which one I enjoyed the most. The only one that really sticks out to me is Rise, just because of the Japan setting.
like-
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, the setting, I guess, like the whole different system. Like I think it was like besides GU and like Frontiers, I think it's like the most drastically different Monhun game.
Rise or this?
Rise.
Rise.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm still enjoying it though. Wilds.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Like the Monster Hunter formula is just still fun.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's still
and,
fun. It's always something that works for us.
And focus mode addresses by not a problem, but sort of like a struggle of Charge Blade, which is like you're
Okay.
really committed to elemental discharge,
Okay.
which in this case is not as much.
Yeah,
So that's nice for me.
I
but,
will say, in like regards to the hype, I guess I've been more swept into it just because I'm playing with people who are like I've been friends with who never picked up a Monster Hunter game, and like now all of a sudden they're playing it for the first time, and like, oh, I'm playing.
I bet you're letting them glaze this game.
Well, I'm not a rude person and just randomly stop
Never-
talking about my grievances.
Never let me glaze. Where every time you always have something to say. Every time I glaze the shit out of Worlds. Okay. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
Continue on, Kenji.
Yeah, so overall, I'm still enjoying this game. Maybe not as much as I was expecting to,
Okay.
given the last two.
Yeah, I will say that too.
But I don't
yeah.
think that's the fault of the game necessarily.
Okay.
It just could be the formula.
I think it is, but
I guess to give it a number, probably a 7. I think.
okay. Guess I'll go. So I know I was shitting on Ariel for giving context, but I think maybe I don't know. I am a newer gen fan compared to these two. So
Yeah.
really, it's like I touched what is it for you
Yeah.
on Switch?
Yeah. No,
No,
that was
3DS.
No,
Three-
or sorry, 3DS.
Switch one was GU or Generations Ultimate.
Okay,
Oh,
I
was
think it was
4 not
G.
on 3DS? I thought it was.
No,
Oh,
no,
I'm sorry,
four- no,
it
no,
was
four
the
was
one. It was the one with the jet dragon in the cover art.
I think
That was Generations.
Yeah.
That was
So
Generations.
I touched a little bit of that. I mean, I did play a 3DS game. I don't remember which,
I might have been. No, I think that was 3.
but I think it was 3. But I say that to say like I never really got
He's like
like
he played,
I touched it.
Yeah, like we all had 3DSs in.
I had,
middle
I
school.
had the Wii U version of 3.
Oh.
Because that one, there was cross-play between 3DS
Oh.
and Wii U.
Yes, that's what happened. We were like at your house one day and we were
Yeah.
like playing a hunt, and then Angelo did that one hunt and then just never
Yeah.
picked it up again.
I never played by myself. Anyway, so I am a newer gen fan. I loved Worlds. I was kind of middling on Rise, but ended up loving it. Like at the end, really because of the expansion or whatever. Is it anyway? And so for this game, I can't. I have quite a lot of grievances, and we can get into it. But I don't know what isn't clicking with me, really, or maybe it's just to me. It just feels like such a downgrade from Rise. Like I just felt, yeah. It didn't. It's not doing anything for me. And it might be the weapon I'm playing. I guess for the record, I'm playing Lance. Lance just feels real boring. Every hunt, I'm actually kind of falling asleep. Whereas before, I don't know, hunts were exciting. It was like you would like to fight certain monsters. You would have like favorite monsters to fight.
Yeah, I think.
But now I'm literally falling asleep.
Yeah, and I think that's just related to just like people are saying Wilds is easier than the other
Yes, I
monster.
mean we
It
can talk
feels
about it,
like
but
it.
yeah, no, it's straight. It is.
Yeah,
easy, straight
no,
up.
like I think the three of us just are having easier time, and like I don't know. People always say it's like, oh, you gotten better, but I feel like with at least Rise, like okay, I wouldn't say I would gotten that much better skill wise.
I definitely think I just do this. I poke.
I was skipping a lot of hunter ranks without ever crafting any new armor
Yeah.
or upgrading armor.
Anyway, so yeah, so I got problems with it. Like, in regards to the hype, everybody loves this game. Everybody's glazing the shit out of this game, including this guy, which is not something I expected.
I didn't expect it either.
I know.
I'm gonna be for
I
real.
expected myself to because I love Worlds. Like I was looking forward to this because I thought it was just gonna be World 2, but it just wasn't. And so it feels like It feels like everybody's having a party that I was invited to, but like I'm looking in or like I'm here in the party and I'm just like this, and I'm like this party sucks.
Yeah,
but
you're
everybody else is having a good time.
Yeah, you're just in the corner.
Yeah, I'm in the corner and I'm just
like
like
on your phone.
and I'm like, fucking Worlds was better. I don't know why we're here. We should go back. So yeah, I like this game, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm not entirely sure. Like if I was a Monster Hunter fan, which I would say I am now, if I didn't have like these two to play with, I probably would not play by myself. Like I don't have like Rise and World. Like I wanted. I'm gonna say World just because it was like my first Monster Hunter that I really dove into, and so there was a lot for me to explore. There was a lot for me to find out. There's a lot for me to like really did all that. Like I like anyway. And then Rise was just a continuation of this Monster Hunter journey. And then there was like a hard stop here where it's like, I don't know if I would play this like solo throughout, like even getting to the end game grind or whatever. I think if I wasn't looking forward to like hunting with you two, I'm like, I would treat this like the 3DS games where I would just drop it. Like, so this is a fun game because Monster Hunter is fun. But I think this is fun, like in spite of itself. Is that the word I'm looking for? Like it's just the new things or the things that it's introduced or it's doing just isn't doing anything for me. And the things I like is the things I like about all the other Monster Hunters I've played. So,
and then the things you don't like, it's like pushed into your face.
It's and it's very specific to this game. Like it's just like yeah. So, with that being said, I would still give it a 7, same as Kenji, just because it's Monster Hunter. I'm going to be honest. If this just was like an indie game, another like Monster Hunter, if this was God Eater,
Dude, if God Eater took this that would be the most mind-blowing upscale of in production value I've ever
Anyway.
seen for any franchise.
if this wasn't Monster Hunter, I don't know if I'd give it the same kind of like score, personally, which is. Anyway, it was just a nice little flip flop for like expectations between me and Ariel, because I
Yeah.
feel like
Yeah, no,
are
'cause
like
going
two
into
different
this-
sides.
yeah, going into
we got
that,
like
like-
Monster Hunter Boomer over here, and then
Bring
I
back
got
Zones.
Monster Hunter,
No.
you know,
Bring back Zones.
No.
Bring them back.
Monster Hunter Gen Z, me, and yeah, he likes this game a lot. I not really, and Kenji, I don't think you feel as strongly as I do,
But like the general like feeling.
Yeah, like I'm more.
It's a more neutral position.
it's
Yeah.
literally exactly
Yeah.
what
And-
Ariel
and-
said.
and
going.
I will say that I'm giving it the score I'm giving it because of the Monster Hunter things, right?
Yeah,
Like it's
No, I get it.
Yeah, it's like
same way I'm giving it.
I want to say that my opinion of Monster Hunter has been relatively the same for pretty much every game. Though. That like, yeah, this is fun enough for me to keep playing, but like, it's not the most exciting
yeah,
Fair enough.
thing in the world.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Mostly
Yeah.
just because I'm not a grind game person generally.
So, with those opening statements, Ariel is an 8.5 because he's a glazer. Me and Kenji are
You're being
sevens.
paid by Capcom.
I'm being
I saw the
carried
check. I saw the
Yeah,
check here.
yeah, it's $8,000. I'm sorry.
$8,000. I feel like this
It
game.
could have been a little bit more.
I'm gonna be honest. If someone paid me $8,000 to say
People-
good about this game,
It's $1,000
I-
per star.
5 people watch this podcast, bro. They're not.
That's
paying.
a great point.
No,
I would
it's-
take $8,000.
No, once the Capcom money gets in, they're gonna put.
Oh yeah, they're gonna push.
Yeah.
They're gonna
Yeah,
push this
yeah,
episode.
At the very least, the entire studio will be forced. So that's at least what 20 people. So anyway, welcome, welcome
Anyways,
to
let's
So-
let's start off. I think with the big elephant in the room.
which is
I
you call me fat.
not you.
Oh,
I fucking hated this story, man.
oh, I wanted to get into. We can talk about it.
When the kid was like, I don't want the
No,
thing
listen,
to
I gotta be honest.
cried.
The story I feel like doesn't even
It's-
deserve to be fucking talked about.
Like, let's just
no,
go over it quick.
No, it does because that's part of the reason why my score is.
Yes,
as low as
bro.
it is.
Like legit.
Okay.
Like I
Okay.
hate. Okay, I hate the story and I hate how pushed it is. Because
Yes.
older games,
Yeah.
like like fucking pre-worlds, this Village Quest and then the Hub Quests were different. If you want to interact with like the story of Monster Hunter, you can do that. But if you didn't and just wanted to play the meat of the game, you can do it. Same with Rise World. They took away strayed away from that approach, but they did it better there because like, okay, you can play with your friends. The Village Quest leads into HR, but like the way it's done is closer to a Monster Hunter game where it's not like this cinematic, right? It's like, oh yeah, talk to people. There's a little cutscene.
Yeah.
Queue up for a quest. It's very easy to play with people.
Yeah.
And here it's so fucking convoluted.
Was it Gen or 4 that the hunters were like everyone's hunters was in the cutscene?
I think it was Gen. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Generations Ultimate was the one where it's like, oh yeah, like everyone's like reacting
It
to the
baffles
thing.
me that they haven't,
They haven't
tried
done
to do that again.
Yeah.
That would probably, like, as bad as the story is, that is my main gripe.
Yeah.
Is that it just interrupts the co-op experience
Yeah,
too much?
so
Yeah.
much.
Because like I'm willing to deal with a bad story. Like I don't play any of the Monster Hunter games for the story, but I still play through the story mode.
Yeah, it's
anyway.
interruptive. Yeah, that's the main word for it. Because like the way it goes is everyone gets into lobby. We didn't like figure it out the first night, and then Kenji accidentally started a quest, and then we didn't play.
Yeah, that's where we're
I
at.
can't
How-
really
that's what-
blame Kenji because it just keeps
Yes,
going.
because like normally like what I thought was gonna happen
Yeah.
is that, like I would talk to the lady and
Yeah.
she would give me the quest for
like
us
yes,
to do.
Yes, it's
and
like,
then like you'd be back in camp, and then you just have to load it up. and
Yeah.
we can join you. Like that's usually how it goes, right?
Yeah.
But it flows into each other, so there's no like real way for you
Which
to get
if it
into.
didn't, yeah, if there's
at
a
least
way to
intuitively, because there's like the way it works. If you're all caught up, is everyone goes through their own cutscenes. Someone starts a quest, and then
someone has to back out.
yes, 2 people back out, start it, and then it counts for everyone. Which in that regard, it is quote unquote better from the other games because each urgent you'd have to do 3 separate times. But I would rather do an urgent 3 times than deal with this again.
It's just the weird thing of like, because they want it to be a seamless sort of flow of quests. If you're in co-op, you break every
Yes.
single one because you have to start cutscene, dramatic tension. Let me back out and join my friend. Like it just whatever they were trying to accomplish just goes out the window.
I feel like that's applicable to more than just a story. Also, so a lot of the things I was kind of interested in going into this game,
Yeah.
was sort of like the more interconnected map
Okay. Yeah.
experience.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you have these
Like
these
base
pop up
camp
camps
and then
that
just
you
walk
have
around.
to
Yeah.
Yeah, and it made it
And-
seem like you'd have to like do more of that stuff.
Not outside of like when they introduced that mechanic, I've not built a single fucking.
I did it
camp.
once.
Yeah,
And
and
then I left it alone, and it keeps getting
Like-
I keep getting a message that my shit's getting found and attacked.
Yeah.
but I've only put one up.
No,
And like, how many times is it gonna get destroyed?
Certain quests I think force one to pop up.
Oh, like new ones? Like you
Yeah.
don't even have to like.
Yeah, because like for
Oh, that's so
story,
funny.
for
Oh,
story,
yeah,
there's
yeah,
like
yeah.
parts where
I've
like,
seen
oh,
those,
we're gonna
yeah.
build a thing,
Okay.
and you go there.
yeah, and it's like
just I don't know.
practically it's good. It's there so you can have a different place to fast travel to fight different monsters.
For a single player game, right? Like ignoring the traditional Monster Hunter formula, if this is a single player game,
Okay.
I feel like that would have been a really cool concept for like a Dragon's Dogma style open world, where like you're not expected to go to base camp that often, like
Yeah.
where it's actually like a whole thing, like a
Yeah.
whole journey to go from one to the other. And I'd be like, oh, that would actually be a cool game
Yeah.
that would utilize these mechanics, but that would ruin Monster Hunter co-op for
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah, and like ultimately, that's I don't want that for like Monster Hunter to turn into that. I think a spinoff would be fine, but I want the main formula in Monster Hunter like to keep going.
I think the formula. I don't want to say the formula is restricting in terms of type of stuff they want to do because I don't know what their end, what Capcom's dream Monster Hunter game would even be like, whatever.
Yeah.
But it sometimes it feels like that trying to introduce new things just interrupts what people want out of the
Or
franchise.
expect already.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
and
just-
like the same thing with Rise is like the siege quests, right? People didn't like it.
I actually like the Siege quest.
I think
Eh,
it
it
was
was a
like
hit or
I
miss for
think
me.
it was. I think that's the thing. It was like the worst part about Rise could sometimes hit.
Yeah.
I don't like the worst part about Wilds never hits
It's
for me.
grueling, like
It-
especially skip the cutscenes, like whatever, right? But then you still have to do the fucking walk and talk sections, which is like you can't speed that up whatsoever. And I think this whole problem, right? If they wanted this more story focused game, it would have been fine if they just did what they did in Rise, where beating a story is an HR skip, but you can do hub quests to get to HR regardless. It would have been fine, like legit. It would have been inoffensive. I would not have interacted with it.
I wonder why they did it this way. Is it like did Capcom think it was too confusing for like a new audience?
My guess would be that maybe there is a large enough amount of players that only play the story mode.
And like just wouldn't touch like hub.
Yeah,
stuff?
and for I could see someone who like doesn't care about multiplayer, just plays through whatever the story is because that's the main game, right? Is the story mode, and this is an easier experience for that kind of experience or for that type of player.
Yeah, and I guess
if you're a Monster Hunter fan that only plays through single player,
oh no,
you
are a real Monster Hunter fan.
you're a faker Monster Hunter fan than me, motherfucker. I played 3 games. You suck.
Yeah, I think
You're holding us back. And you should take a vacation from video games.
You should really try out God Eater.
you should really
try a God Eater. All right, jump ship. Become a God Eater fan.
Once God
Find
Eater
a
4 comes
PSP.
out in a billion years, I'm
No,
never
all God
touching
Eaters
Monster
are on
Hunter.
PC. right?
Oh, I
All
didn't
them
know
on
that.
All of them are
PC. All
PC.
them on
God,
PC.
you're right.
For
Go
Go
real
play
games
Monster
now.
Hunter. If you're a Monster Hunter fan that only plays the single player and doesn't touch any of the hub or the fucking multiplayer shit, go away. Anyway, it's such a
Insane.
shame. It's such a shame that the way the story, like ignoring the terrible fucking writing, the way it presents itself, like the story, sucks. Just sucks, and it's such a shame because I like the characters, most of them, some of them. There's one that I really fucking hate.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah, like you were saying, like each individual character is good. It's fine,
is
right?
fine by themselves. And hell, even the moments where they have together as like a crew, I think are decent. It's just the overall story sucks dick. Can I say dick? I mean, we're 26 minutes in.
It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
it's fine.
We said worse things.
Yeah, I know, but it's like I'm just trying for the algo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think
We could do anyway. I was gonna make
anyways, whatever. But yeah, like I was just I think probably like Kenji was saying earlier, they probably saw no point in implementing a gathering thing because like story wise, like they're in this new area, there wouldn't be an overall hub introduced right in this area.
But they did that for World 2. Like that was the premise of World 2, wasn't it? Not World 2, World as well.
But the worlds in like they had like
But
yeah.
that was the whole point of World is that they're in a new world, they're in a new area. But they also ended up they have a fucking base, like a literal, hub area.
Yeah.
Like if anything, World would have been the game that they did that with like this like rudimentary camp that's just kind of thrown together. But like you actually had like a full on.
Yeah, there's
you
like
know-
there's like an they had the one. I guess they wanted the many camps and didn't like do a whole and it's like save money, right? They had to like implement like they had to spend resources on probably modeling a different hub area, B like this whole separate we're just gonna do like the same formula, do required quest and do urgent, etc., when they already probably spent a lot of their resources on the single player aspect. And it's like, okay, why do this much work for something that maybe they're saying 10 20 30% of the players would do is what I was
I would
thinking.
also say, like the hub, right, the main base camp, like all of them suck. Like I don't know, like in I'm just thinking about World. Hell, I'm even thinking about Rise, where like for expansions or whatever, like a new hub area was exciting. It would be like,
Yeah.
it's like a new place. There's a, you could explore, be like, oh, that's thing's cool. It's here, it's there. But every camp one kind of looks the same, and there's nothing to see. There's nothing to see because it has to be part of like the map, right? It has
Yeah.
to be part of the thing. You have to be able to exit and then come back in, and so it's just all like thrown together, tents and shit.
I hate the mining one.
Oh, the oil well basin.
I do not like how spread out everything
Yeah.
is. I know there's elevators.
No,
I always get confused how they work. I always get lost somehow, even though I know I'm only supposed to be in one of two places.
I also, does this game's coloring seem muted
the
or
color
something?
grading?
Yes, no,
Yes.
that is a thing I saw.
That's a
Okay,
artistic
yeah,
choice.
I
yeah.
didn't. I like.
No, like HDR. Like I saw someone saying like HDR is broken. I'm convinced it's supposed to look like that.
It looks like shit, bro. I think that's part of my thing of like everything looks the same. Everything looks like the same color. Like there's nothing that stands out. There's no building that stands out in like the base camp. There's no tent.
Rise also like had color filters that you could choose.
Uh-huh.
It was in an update, I think. I don't think it was
Okay.
at launch. But if you wanted to make it more or less saturated, that was like a thing you could do, or have like the old timey film grain, like that. Because Rise had that cutscene.
Yeah.
For when they introduced it, like you could have apply that filter at all times. Like they had stuff to make the game more, I guess, aesthetically pleasing to the player.
Even but by default, everything was like things look distinct.
Yeah.
Like the buildings and the characters and the just the area, the hub area, just everything looked distinct.
And I guess that's
And
that's
these
the
camps
that's the difference.
Suck.
Yeah, that's the difference of you just have to focus on one, and then the expansion area, hub area, you can put like for like let's say the same amount of resources of making all the different hubs into this one, right? You can make it more.
Bro, I would
Vibrant.
play World or Rise, and sometimes I just kind of like running around in the hub area.
Oh no, same. And I I agree with you. Like
It's just fun to look at what's happening. Sometimes there's little charming things happening with a bunch of palicos, like being weird, and then like you find like the hot tub or something, and you just fuck around there, and then maybe you go to your room, and then like it was just fun to just fuck around in your hub area.
yeah, and Rise was my personal favorite with the wire bug. I would just go up top into the building.
Yeah, you just do a lot of bullshit in Rise, but I think my favorite is World and Iceborne. So anyway,
Iceborne was good. Yeah.
Another disappointment I had with like the hubs and like the different areas in general
yeah.
was that I was kind of hoping that they would be more interconnected, because like you have to fast travel to the
Oh, I
different
see.
ones.
Yeah, you can't go to like
Yeah,
oil
like-
well basin from those desert places.
Yeah, and I was
Although
like, because
I
like
think you can go from because this is how the story presents it. You can go from like the desert to the forest
Yeah.
and then you can go from the
is
forest.
it seamless or is there like a loading?
No, it's a loading screen.
Oh yeah, no, because I was like, oh man, it would be really cool if like there was like a monster.
I should have brought my soda down here.
That was like a monster that would either chase you outside of its normal biome or something.
This is gonna.
That would
Sorry,
be
go
really
ahead.
exciting.
Oh
you know?
yeah, like yeah, no, yeah. There's like I think there's a hidden loading screen between like the
Also, I have to say, I don't think monsters chase you that far.
I know. But I'm saying
anymore.
like if they want like maybe
They
for
could've.
like a
Yeah, like, if they really wanted to.
spectacle,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
big,
I
'cause
get what you mean.
Yeah.
yeah. It's like there's like this one narrow path which hides a loading screen to the next area, right? And it's like it's seamless, quote unquote, but like very much there are like each like to get to the next area. There's this one path. Yeah, it would have been cool if there's many points of entries to the different areas to feel more connected. Ultimately, I guess they had to design
Maybe
it this
an
way.
optimization issue
Yeah.
or something else. But also like that, those type of interruptions do make it feel less like a journey to me, because like that's
Yeah,
kind
they-
of the story, right? Is like
Like,
supposed to
journeying,
be
yeah.
going through this
like
new
like
world
5
of-
different areas.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they feel
They
like
feel
Monster
completely
Hunter
disconnected.
Maps.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Monster Hunter Maps, which personally, well, actually, I do have a gripe with it, but like, I like the Monster Hunter map designs. I like
Yeah,
them.
I mean,
and
I get,
would-
yeah, I don't have a problem.
You just wish it could have been more.
Yeah,
If you're gonna present it in this way, it does diminish.
yeah, it doesn't. It
the
doesn't
experience.
feel like it's like it feels like it's tricking you into thinking it rather than being it, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of maps, I generally like the map design, but man, it feels worse. Like substantially between both
and
Rise and
Rise.
World, both of them. Like
Yeah.
like my main there's always one of my main gripes in World was like how it was the maps and how they wanted to make these big maps, and it just felt like they're diminishing each individual area. This is way worse because each time, like, I feel like, oh, there's all these places. Oh, if we fight monsters in the same, like, 4 spots
Yeah.
in each area, like the fucking big thing, it doesn't feel like.
It doesn't help that, like, even if you're in a different area of the same map, everything looks the same.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I can count like
I couldn't tell you if I was fighting. Like, I couldn't say that if I like in the desert place, like, oh, this is a new place in the desert that I'm fighting. Like, it just looks the same.
yeah, this is like I made like this is like the worst it's been, I feel. Just like, and this has been like my main gripe is just none of the areas like just homogenized together and doesn't feel like their own distinct. That was like my main issue with World, and now it's like very much apparent in this game. And then that's why I'm a big proponent of zones.
But world's areas
I
were distinct.
yes, they were distinct.
We would play World so much that I could be like, you know, like if you Area 12 in like fucking the forest, like I would be like, I know where that is.
Yeah,
I
and,
know
like-
what that looks like.
Yeah, I agree with
like,
you.
I
And
could
then,
just
like,
go there. But here, if you tell me, oh yeah, I'll go to Area 12, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, where's that? What does that look like?
Yeah, and then another thing, right? I don't know if like, I talked to this about Angelo, but Kendra, did you notice how way less verticality? And I'm talking with
Yes.
Rise, right? With World even, right? Without the wire bug stuff.
Yeah.
Just there's no like there's no more fucking ledges, there's no more walls. If you
Yeah.
can like if there is a wall, you can't really climb it. Like that's the thing in like Worlds.
Like,
Like,
your
all,
Sacred has to climb it.
yeah, your Sacred has to
Climb.
climb it. And like Rise, it was the best in Rise IMO. Just it was like that was the whole gimmick of the game is like wire bugs, and you can go pretty much anywhere, right? And then like all the walls were interactable for the most part. This game is like okay, there's like 2 walls, right? That I can stick. I can run up this, and I felt like I did it on accident.
Another problem I have with the maps is just I get you're supposed to use the fucking camps, right? Like I get that's the idea. And,
I don't
it's
want
supposed
to.
be- yeah, I don't want to.
Yeah.
Like because Rise they were just permanent, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You unlock it like that
I
was
think it
just
was the
part.
thing. You could only have one, but you could just switch anytime, right? Those pop-up camps.
Was that?
Oh no, there was pop-up camps and there were permanent camps.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're like because you could pay to switch a pop-up camp. That's
Right.
where like Cat was, and you could this
okay.
could be a fast travel.
Yeah, yeah,
but then there were permanent camps as well
Oh,
that you
okay, okay.
unlocked via subquest by finding it by a
Right, I remember now. Yeah.
right.
Oh yeah, because I remember we'd have this thing of like you could actually spawn in, and you could choose where to spawn in.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And
We
then
choose to spawn in,
we'd make fun of each other whenever like someone would just go to the normal one instead of the one closest to the monster.
and they have to spend time like
yeah.
You know, so you could say like I'm playing the game wrong because I'm not using these camps, or whatever. But as a result, it feels like I'm on the sacred board and I'm hunting the monster sometimes.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Like
Oh,
I know
yeah.
it's not true. Like I know, like
yeah,
if I
know
were
what
to
you
time
mean.
myself, like
100%, yeah.
the ratio is probably a lot more in my head, but it feels like
Yeah, and like especially with Sacred, because like I felt like in Rise and in World, I felt like I knew where I was going. Right, like
Yeah.
I knew the map, I knew where to go, I knew how to get to places. Rise, it was because the maps were more concise. World, I think they had I don't know how to put it. Might have been pathing, but it felt yeah.
I do think that more thought was made to make things look distinct, like in
Yeah.
between areas, and I think it did a good job of taking you through like everywhere, so that you kind of had to like it just kind of burned into your mind. Like,
and yeah,
what it looked like.
Rise is smaller maps. Like
Yeah,
it's
like
easier
Yeah,
to
smaller,
Rise
use
was
concise.
also.
I was talking about World. but
Yeah, and World. I think World is smaller even because like you.
compared to
they're-
this. Oh, I guess so.
Yeah, because they expected
yeah.
you to like base World. They expected you to get there on foot.
Yeah.
And here, like the circuit was
Yeah.
in mind, and like they knew. I felt like they had to know players were probably not gonna be able to because they have the
The
auto
yeah.
move, and like without that game, if I had to play this game without the circuit auto move, I don't know what the fuck I would do.
As convenient as the auto move is, I do question why do we have paintball still?
Dude, when they fucking introduced paintball into high rank quests, I was like, why?
Because you never lose track of the thing.
Yes.
right?
Yeah,
So
never.
like, why is that there?
I can't fucking tell you. I really can't. Like they gave us a paintball. I feel like it was
I
just
want to
there
know
for
who's
legacy.
still using it. Like who is still using
Out
it?
in the comments, tell us if you're using paintballs.
Like who's like I refuse to use the sacred or whatever auto tracking.
I just
I-
turned off the HUD.
Yeah, turn off the HUD.
Turn off the HUD.
Anyway,
Oh god. Food. I think we have two.
no.
We have two different complaints about food. I hate how the skill system for food is now. Angela, you,
As someone who doesn't mid max in these games, I guess that's some benefit to me that I just don't care about these things.
It's
enough
not
to
even if I
complain.
don't care about the buffs. I gotta be honest. I don't. I just want the stupid cats to cook. My biggest complaint about Rise was the dango who fucking cares about Dango that much? These people are living off of Dango. And then at the end of Rise, I remember specifically, they have a feast. And I'm like, wait a minute. They have access to real food. But we're being forced.
No, that's at the end. They're celebrating. In survival mode, we only eat rice flour.
Off Dangos, they had a banger song.
Bro.
They had a great
have
song.
you ever had a really good dango?
And
have you
so
ever had, it's I'd say
I've had dango, but I don't know if I've had like a really good one to the point where I would love to just like live off that, bro. Like
there's so many flavors.
The song slap, bro. I'm gonna say
World was great. It had this. I don't know how elaborate it is in the older games, but it was so elaborate. It was like high quality meat being cut. It was like this big fun event. And then in Iceborne was even better because there was like an old grandma cat and she was making this big pot of stew with like a side of bread. It was awesome. It looked like some shit that I would love to have in front of me right now. Then Rise happened, and then the Dango, I was like, fine. At least the cats are still making it. There's a big fun little fucking thing. There is a song. It's fine. Okay, I hated it because it wasn't like a gourmet, like buffed up cat making fucking steaks and shit, and it wasn't a grandma making a stew. It was just a bunch of fucking losers making dango, but at least there was a song. And here, you're in your stupid cat. No, you're in your stupid camp in your tent. Okay,
leave that cat alone.
You're having a. This is. I can't even speak. I'm so upset. Listen. You're in your stupid tent, okay, and you have a stupid pan in front of you, and you put fucking fish in it, and then you put either mushrooms and then honey and or cheese and or garlic. My favorite fucking dish. I love fucking sauteed fish with honey and cheese. I love that, bro. Sprinkle some fucking mushrooms. Yeah, that's so great. I'd rather eat the dango. Anyway, look, like. You can downgrade everything about Monster Hunter, but why the fuck? Like, why? Why did you do that to the food?
You see.
Anyway,
and so, like,
how long was that rant?
I was like 5 minutes, bro.
I didn't even.
I think it's worse, right? I agree with you there, but I don't know, like the superficial things never really bothered me.
I
in
skipped the
Hunter.
cooking cutscene after the first time I see
after
every
a couple
variation.
times.
Listen, you can skip it. It's fine. It's always the things there. But sometimes I'd like to. God, my throat hurts. I really should have brought the damn. Oh my god. Anyway, listen.
Yeah, like you're also complaining how like capped monsters would like just pop back
Look,
up.
It's like they hit like a crazy like home run in terms of presentation for Monster Hunter. Like one of the big, like nothing grabbed me in any of the older Monster Hunters. Although I gotta be honest, fucking Maximilian dude made this like thing about people complaining about like lack of content in Wilds right now. It's like, it's like you could just play. I think he was playing GU, and he was like he's having a blast playing GU. He's like, you could just go play.
Yeah, you can just go play GU.
And then it's like I literally was looking at that, and I was looking at Wilds. Like I think I was literally playing Wilds, and I was looking at his tweet, and he had like a clip of him hunting. And I'm like, I want to play that game. I'm literally looking at games that I dismissed, like. And then I'm like, that looks like fun.
I would play a lot more of the old games that were just on PC.
Yeah,
honestly.
no, that's the biggest problem.
True, yes.
Like GU, like is on like the latest one is on just on Switch.
As much as I would like as much as this game is upsetting me to the point where I'm like looking at older games now, yeah, I would not bust out my Switch to play it.
I think if I don't know, man, because I still am enjoying Wilds, but if the player base is still on GU, I might do it actually.
Listen, man. Shit, what was I talking about? We were talking about food.
Presentation.
Oh, presentation. They hit a home run in terms of presentation with World, right?
Yeah.
Like every little thing. I remember the first time where I saw the fucking monster sleeping in the camp after you capped one. And I went, what the fuck? Like, this is the greatest fucking game ever. I fell in love with World because it took everything that I wanted in like a Monster Hunter game that I didn't like, not a Monster Hunter game, but a Monster Hunter game. Like, you know what I'm talking
Yeah, you're
about?
hunting
Like,
monsters.
You're hunting monsters. Everything about it was like everything I ever could have wanted, and then some. Like, things I didn't even really know. Right, from the fucking cutscene of like a really elaborate like forge, to the cooking, to the captured monsters being in the camp being studied by the NPCs. All of it was great. Like, all of it was just like blowing my mind. And then Rise happened, and it wasn't all there. Like, really nothing was there.
Yeah, because it's designed to speed up the gameplay flow because it's
Yes.
for a handheld.
Yeah, I know. No, that makes sense. Like, I accepted it because like everything that Monster Hunter World presented to me was leading me into the Monster Hunter formula of like, and I fell in love with it. Like, that was my entry, right? Like, just the way World was presented. And so I let a lot of things go from Rise. I let a lot of things go that the things that were not in Rise, I let it go because I had fallen in love with the Monster Hunter formula. And then like Rise was just Monster Hunter done well, right? Like,
Oh, I think it's a
Rise
personal best
has
in the
my
series.
favorite monster intro cutscenes.
Yeah,
Like
oh,
that,
yeah.
that like whatever poem
it
shit.
It
was
had
going
its
on.
own like unique
had its own
presentation.
aesthetic, yeah.
Like everything about it, not everything about it, but it had its own unique presentation to it, and it was just Monster Hunter done well. So like, as much as I loved Rise, and as much as I personally put World above Rise. Oh, I think I messed that up. Anyway, as much as I love World, like, Rise was still a good game, and I still played it, and I still would. I the things that was missing from it, I let it go. I let it go because it was still a good Monster Hunter game. But I expected this game to be World 2 because one, it's like this big hyped like not sequel, but like it was a following
like a
from
spiritual
World 2.
sequel,
Yeah, from World.
Like the same methodology. I think they had the same director.
And
like he had the same methodology.
It had the same kind of marketing.
Yeah.
Like, it's just this big thing. It's gonna be on PC. Like,
World gave you the impression of what big budget like console Monster Hunter would be like.
And then the next big budget console Monster Hunter is not anything near World. I wouldn't even say this touches Rise, for fuck's sakes. Like, anyway, that's my gripe. It's just presentation. Like, presentation is what gets people in through the door. And I think that's why I'm confused, right? I'm confused why people love this game and like why World did not get the same kind of like attention, or like it did, right? World was huge.
Yeah, World was huge, and World was huge twice.
Yeah, World was huge twice. Like Iceborne, I guess, right?
No,
No,
like
console PC.
remember, like
I know there was a resurgence, but people were playing Iceborne then.
yeah, it was Iceborne. Yes, you're right. Yeah,
No, but it's
Iceborne.
like also like console and PC. They weren't released at the same time for World.
Yes. So it was, console released
Right.
a year
I
earlier.
guess I forget. So yeah. Oh yeah, and sometimes we'd have to wait. Like, we were playing catch up.
We were seeing like shit. It's like, oh man, can't wait to play that in
Yeah,
like a year.
Anyway, to me, Wilds is not World 2. Wilds is like World 0.5. And it's like, why are you losers playing this game now?
What the
Like,
fuck?
no, why are you losers playing this game? Go play World.
Wait, no, go play Rise.
I fucking go play Rise. Which is, you know how insane that is for me to say? You know how insane that
killing
is
me. He's
for me to
dying.
say? Okay, I remember. I was complaining a lot. Do you remember I was complaining about Rise?
Yeah.
It
Yes.
just wasn't World. But like, I still played it because it was fun.
And it was, at the end of the day, it was something else, right?
It was something
It was
else.
closer to the.
It was different.
It was closer to the like older school Monster Hunter, like the more arcadey Monster Hunters, and that was like an experience you weren't really.
Yeah, sure.
used to,
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it was like there was things for me to discover, things for me to learn, and then it was just overall it was fun. And then like the G rank stuff, fucking phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why like the amount of times that like I've said to myself playing through the story of like, I'll just wait till high rank. I just gotta, like I can't give this a score yet, right? You gotta get to high rank, and then I'm in high rank, and
I will say it is better.
it's better.
It's better.
What's better? Look, low rank is a stinking pile of doo doo. Okay,
It's singing part of
high rank, the doo doo has crusted and it doesn't stink anymore. That's the difference.
I wouldn't go that far, but it's like, yeah, it's like it's bad and it's slow. That's the thing, man. If this was like 4 hours, I would be complaining a lot less. If there was gathering quests, I was not complaining about the story because I wouldn't touch the story. I hope for their G rank expansion, they just do like it's like, oh, we plopped a fucking gathering hub in this part of the world, and we can just do it through that.
I have gone from, man, I'll wait till high rank to give it a real score. I'm in my mind, I'm going, G rank's there,
Cheers, baby.
It's gonna be better.
It will.
It's gonna be better.
I'm confident it will be better.
I think so too, because I also was kind of feeling, I wouldn't say like I didn't hate Rise in the beginning, but I was feeling middling towards it, like to it, and then G rank was so good to the point where I couldn't like hate on it as much as I did before because it was just fucking great, like it was just fun. G rank, I'm sure is gonna be good, but it's like we're gonna wait 2 years for me to rescind my fucking score, and I swear to God, I'm going to kill myself if there's no cats cooking.
Yeah, I hope.
I might censor that. I don't know.
I hope they do not. I really hope they don't do the fucking story structure in G rank. I will have a
They're
conniption.
probably going to because
Please.
it's not going to be G rank. It's
Like
going to
you
be the
said,
expansion.
Ariel.
Or it's master rank, man.
Ariel, everything you said it. This sold the Gorbillion copies.
It did sold a girl bailing copies.
Everything they did, it was right according to the money.
What
I
did the
wonder-
monsters do before when you captured them?
Well, because it wasn't continuous instance, so. Well, actually, yeah, in World, I don't know, because you could cap a monster in Expedition, but
Yeah.
what happens to them?
Well, I think they just stayed there. I don't remember them like leaving. I remember.
They just get up in this one.
I know in this one they just
That's
get up
like-
and fly away.
it's weird.
Or it's strange, dude.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think
in
World either they. Oh God, I'm dying. In World, I remember they stayed there for some time. I don't think it's like forever because I do remember. I remember instances where it's like we've like fucked around, or like I fucked around, and then like yeah, you can cap them in expeditions, and then I would like come back into the same area. It's like oh, it's still sleeping, or it's still there, or it would just like disappear. I think it would just like disappear.
Yeah,
I feel that would be less jarring than
Would be less
than
jarring.
getting up. And
I have like the first time it happened was like we were playing. I think it was Rathian, right?
Yeah.
We were doing a thing.
We were playing Rathian, and then
we were hunting, and then we capped it.
like, and I mentioned before, it reminded me because there's some guy was just talking about, oh yeah, I just got up and got away. It just walked up, and I guess that was their solution. This game is just to make them get up and just leave.
I don't know why in my
I
head.
got really mad when I saw that.
In my head, I thought I don't know. Nothing gives this impression, so this is like schizophrenia. That I thought that the cats were gonna like Fulton the fucking monster or some
okay.
shit,
You're
or like the cats would be involved somehow.
that
you
is-
think they just like a whole bunch of cats would just put it like on like their mini stretch, like the
A
stretcher
giant
thing.
stretcher and just carry
and
it
then
away
they
somewhere.
just walk it somewhere.
I would rather a fucking Fulton. I would rather be Fultoned away, like a la fucking MGS5, but.
Yeah,
Just having it just get up, like literally, if it
That's
just phased
so-
out of existence, that would have been
and,
fine.
like,
Yeah. I that's why I don't know why. Like I got mad at it.
you got
Like,
mad, and then I
mad.
was there, and I was like,
And
I didn't get it because like I was like, oh yeah, it's a bummer, but it didn't really directly affect my experience.
No, but this is like a new problem. This is like a new weird thing.
It didn't have to be that way.
That like making it easier by just having it phase
could've
out of
just
existence
faded out.
would've-
Yeah,
So
and
they
I-
put effort into making it worse.
Yeah, and like
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. They made effort for it to like get up and fly away.
So the first time I saw that, I thought maybe that like oh, it's like
I really need a drink, bro. I'm fucking.
are we doing the pause?
wait, hold- let me finish
no.
this thought real quick. The first time I saw that, I thought the traps could fail.
Oh, you thought it got up?
Yeah, I thought it got up.
The
I was like,
train.
oh, that's really
Oh, you
cool,
gotta fight it
actually.
again.
I'm like, oh, this
No.
is exciting. It's like a second win, and it just
It's crazy. It does phase out of existence
Yeah,
after it flies away. Why?
In my case, it was a land one. It,
yeah,
it
so
literally
it just walked
walked.
off.
It walked as it Adobe turned down transparency.
It's such a strange decision. It's strangest decision. I'm gonna listen.
You're gonna
I think
get-
We're gonna have at least another hour to talk about this fucking
Yeah,
game.
yeah,
So
yeah.
let's take a halfway break.
Okay,
I
yeah.
I need to get a drink. My throat
I need
fucking
to
hurts.
piss. Anyways, we got to do part 2.
Part 2.
It's the next day. We all
the
slept
next
on it.
day. We
We're all HR 100.
We all
Yeah.
HR 100.
all right. We want to talk about all the good things.
No.
No.
All right. There's a few more things.
Yeah.
Story's
Just bad. Like it's just into the
Um,
story.
Well, we've been.
yeah,
but
we've been
I
like
think
we
we
just
didn't.
we
We
never
never
really
actually
You
talk
wanna talk
about
about
the
the writing?
actual.
yeah the
Oh,
writing. Just
man.
like a quick no. It's not good, man. Like the actual
No,
overarching.
I'm number one Nata fan, actually.
No, there's people. I
What the
don't
fuck
get
is
it.
wrong with
I
you?
don't get. There's people online. I'm seeing like, you know what? I like Nata.
No, I think it's just they're being contrarian. Like I think because like the general consensus is that he's an annoying prick
I
that should
see-
get punted.
I don't know. It's my timeline. I see just people like, oh yeah, he's just a child and some shit, man.
Okay. So were the kids Anakin killed.
What?
I'm just what?
No, I don't.
I'm just saying if those kids can get killed, so can Nada.
Oh,
That's all I'm saying.
sure.
Bro, once he was oh god, anyway. Look, I thought he was fairly inoffensive until the one part.
Is it the one who's like, hey, you're a hunter. You can. Why don't you just kill that thing?
Not really. He was annoying there. He was annoying. But like I got that when he was a kid. It was when fucking
Oh, the Arkaveld
the
stuff.
Arkveld stuff where he's literally me.
He's literally.
Okay, sure, I'll hunt and skin you too.
What the fuck?
What? I'm just saying, like, if he's, oh, you're really a monster, huh? Okay, I'll cut your head off. I'll turn your head into a fucking mace. I'll bash other monsters with it. Anyway,
It's not to that extreme.
I mean, he
But,
was
like,
I
yeah,
would say
it's
he
like,
was a monster. Anyway, no, he sucked. I
He's
thought
got-
he was just another annoying kid. Kids usually are really annoying in writing. Like
Because Angelo, if you play this game and you're Nata's age, if you're like an infant and you play this game, you're like, whoa. It's like what I would do.
that's literally
It's
me.
literally me. As he's going to the arc, bro, that's literally me. You are going. That's literally me.
I'm a bit ahead in the overall story. Do you want like spoilers?
Sure.
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay.
I,
So,
I forget
so in
every
the-
single thing that happens past the
afterwards,
credits
right after the main story happens,
Yeah.
Arkaveld is hinted to be back.
Like it's
or-
offspring.
Wow, who would have
Offspring,
thought?
yeah.
Oh my god.
And it's like it's an Arkaveld. It's a normal Arkaveld. It's not a Guardian Arkaveld.
Okay.
And like it's still rampaging. Nata finds it back and it's like, you know, guys, it's okay to kill this one. We put it out of its misery.
I'm gonna skin that kid. I'm gonna make him
Like it's supposed to be this like very like, oh, he's grown up as a character. He's like,
Now he's a bloodthirsty monster.
it's like no, it's just like yeah, it's just trying to like round off his character arc.
the one thing I will say, at the very least, that whole like no, don't kill him lasted about 30 seconds,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then the hunter was
It's-
like, no, I'm gonna go kill him.
Yeah, it's like I think we have to kill this guy, Nata.
Yeah.
And
So,
then-
as annoying as he is, he didn't do anything.
yeah,
about
no,
it.
that's the thing. No, he didn't do anything. He was like just a prop.
He was a prop.
With it's like just to drive the story with a hunter to find this child's missing family,
The village.
And, yeah, the
He's
village.
like the one uncle.
and like there's no fucking payoff. Like, oh, you're supposed to feel good that they found them. And it's like, you know what? I was hyped in that moment, not because of finding the village. I fucking saw the Rappalos. I saw
Rappalos,
it,
yeah.
and I clapped. And I got to fight it, and I was so happy. And then we went back to the story, and it's like, oh.
Okay, well, yeah, there you go. Story. It sucks. I wanted to touch on. I know.
I think let's go into general gameplay.
I wanted to talk about Guardians.
I think okay.
So
We
they're
are
like-
split on this. I like Guardians.
So they're like manufactured monsters.
They're
Yeah,
manufactured
manufactured
monsters.
monsters.
I think they're cool. I like Guardians. I know you have very choice words about Guardians.
I think this, for me, again, it goes back to presentation. Every monster was like unique, and the the things, like the look of it was like it was different, or like they were different from each other, and they all had some sort of like identity to them. And now if you just put like some milky substance all over them, it just ruins that identity. It just like that presentation just sucks. Anyways, like I don't hate the concept, I don't, but I hate the way they look.
I think I think they look cool. I think
Someone just came on them.
that's not what happened. I think they look cool.
No,
I
they-
like
they-
the Guardian Rathalos. I like the accent, like the blue accents on them. Yeah, I just like them in general. The lore is hit or miss for me. I don't really quite care for it. It's like, oh yeah, they're manufactured monsters by these things. Okay, cool. It's whatever. I just their movesets were like their new added Wilk moves.
I don't.
It's literally milk, bro. It's
I don't
literally
like it.
milk.
I don't like that word.
Wilk.
I don't like it.
Like the way like that like little thing came up. It's like, oh yeah, they have like slightly different moves. I just liked it. I digged it in general. They're pretty much just new variants. Like this game's like variants of those other monsters. And I always like new variants. This one, it was just very like linked to the environment.
Did you like them?
Aesthetically, no.
Yeah.
Like if one of them looked, I don't like that they look the same. I get why.
Yeah.
Because they're manufactured, but like the variants used to be like more distinct from each other because they, even if it's just like a recolor, it's like, oh, it's that monster.
Recolored.
Yeah, recolored. Not each monster would still have its own aesthetic.
Yeah, that's exactly what everything is the same. Like they have it's like they have these Guardians have new movesets, but it's like it's the same thing with the Wilk stuff, just like the way they do it. It's like instead of a Doshiguma slamming and then a Wilk explosion happens, a fucking Rathalos slams down. It's like the normal moveset, but then there's a Wilk explosion because they're Guardians. Like that's the difference.
Yeah, I don't find the Wilk stuff exciting, particularly exciting for in terms of gameplay
I think
stuff.
I generally liked it.
What is the new moves you're talking about? Because when I fight a Guardian Rathalos and a Rathalos, I'm looking out for the same moves, except some of them, as a Guardian, they explode afterwards.
I think those ones. Like I think that I don't know. I haven't fought a normal Rathalos in this game. Does it still have like the big, like the camera zooms out and then, like the one where he just kind of slams very hard?
I know a move that slams very hard. I don't know what you mean about the camera.
Yeah, I guess it's like it just flies up and then hits the ground very hard, and then
It
there's
does do that, yeah.
I see.
Anyway, I think they're dumb. I think they're dumb.
Yeah, I like them.
It could have been better.
The gameplay plays into the wound system like more than other monsters, because
I will say that is fun. It is fun because the breaking wounds is kind of meh on normal monsters, but breaking them on Guardians,
causes them. Yeah, it causes like
Causes them
the
to-
will to come out.
yeah, and then it's like this is
You're wilking them.
Yeah,
you
you're
would say.
wilking.
You're welcome.
this is a lot of it is presentation. There's a big explosion. There's a big like leak of Wilk. There's like, and it really looks like you're fucking doing a lot of damage to these fucking things, because like technically you are, but it's like that to me, like I don't care about breaking like I break wounds. I do the focus break wounds on normal monsters, and they kind of don't do that. Like why is it I mean, I get why, because it's again you're wilking them in as the Guardians, but it's like surely that kind of impact could have translated to normal monsters too, right? Like, why doesn't it? It's just like another way of damage to them. Versus again, you're wilking them, and then it's like really nicely, like there's a good amount of feedback, like visual. There's a lot of like monster stagger, and I don't know.
What rating is Monster Hunter?
I think T normally.
It might just be an excuse not to like show like
blood.
Like
No,
this
but they've
bull-
shown monster blood before.
Yeah, they have, but it's like never been like from the monster while you're fighting it. It's like it's always just there on the ground or some shit.
Pooling beneath him.
Yeah,
or
it's like
something.
it's never like you stabbing
I mean,
them
maybe.
doesn't like.
I will say, like, so yeah, that's my good
You
thing
could just do
about
like a hit
Guardians.
spark or something. It doesn't have to be blood.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Like, it could have been something. Like, it's just I feel like the injuries was made for Guardians, and then they just was like, oh, we should probably do that for the monsters too.
I think probably not. I think it's like they made it more apparent for Guardians. I think the whole system was probably thought up beforehand.
It sucks.
I like
No.
the wounding system.
It doesn't
I like
suck.
the wounded system.
It's just there for me. Like, it's not like
For me,
woo wounds.
for Charge Blade, it is a lot more important.
And for Sword and Shield, it's a
So
lot
for
better.
Charge Blade, you have your Sword Shield mode and you have the Axe mode.
Yeah.
So
Oh wait, we never talked about what weapons we played.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, I
right.
played exclusively
Or
Charge
just
Blade.
main. I don't want you to start listing every fucking weapon.
This game is Sword and Shield.
I play Lance.
And so for Charge Blade, you have like the Sword Shield and then the Axe mode, and
Yeah.
that's like not too much of a hassle to charge with the files, the Sword and Shield.
Uh-huh.
You have to do them separately, so there's like multiple ways to charge the shield. One involving like canceling elemental discharge, and the sword. Once you have the shield charged, then you can charge the sword with like a slam attack,
Yeah.
and that's fine.
And
But it's a lot harder to charge the axe. There are multiple ways to do that, but a very consistent way is the wounds.
The wounds.
Is targeting wounds. So it is a lot more. It is. That's why I find I do actually like the wound system, because like, oh, this is a different
Yeah.
thing for me to do.
And
now.
I will say, it's not everything is not equal for like the whole weapons.
I was gonna
Because-
say, wounds for me as a Lance, it's just
Just-
it's just there.
yeah, just damn
And
it.
like I can do a thing where I'm stuck in an animation where I like to when I activate the wound like destroy damage thing,
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of get stuck with, and then like 6 times out of 10 it misses, because it's like if the monster's here and I'm here, I break a wound and he goes. And then I have to kind of steer it, and then it's like also moving. So sometimes I would get like the tail end.
Yeah, no.
Anyway,
like
it's
the
annoying.
people who won off wound system are generally anyone who has like some sort of resource mechanic. They get their resource by breaking wounds. Long swords get spirit meter. Dual blades get their meter. Yeah, like you're saying, charge blade. I'm assuming switch axe. I haven't seen anything about switch axe, but they probably get whatever meter they use. Sword and shield is a big winner because, like, you're saying how hard it is to get wounds, right?
No,
Huh? No, to like consistently, like it would miss, right?
no,
Huh?
I always hit wounds. I'm talking about the attack afterwards.
That's what I'm saying. Like to complete your attack.
No,
Okay.
the wound break always happens. It's just that there's
Oh.
a follow up. Like I get so for Lance. Man, go to the video. We haven't gone to the video in a while.
Okay. No,
say-
I get it.
There's surely I do some. This tempered fucking Guardian was kicking my ass. I almost don't even want you to watch this. I got to be honest.
Damn. Okay.
Oh, am I on my last one? I ended up calling SOS, which was probably stupid because I was on my last card, and like I literally as I called it, and then as I was going to the Fulgor Anjanath, I was like, one of these fuckers is gonna card, aren't they? Thankfully, spoiler alert, they didn't. But yeah, that was a risk on my part. But
Yeah,
Oh,
most
there
of
you
the time it's just like I find in this game, like these optional quests. Most of the time, just the fucking.
I want to get to the point where, like, surely I end up doing a wound break here, just so you see, because I feel like I'm not explaining it exactly right. I get like the wound breaks, and then because like the initial attack is what breaks the wound. And then afterwards, there's like a secondary like follow up attack as a lance, and it's just like this weird charging thing that I kind of miss a lot. And
And
There's a wound.
there's a
Are you
wound,
gonna
so I
break it?
wonder if I go for it.
yeah, and for Charge Blade, the way you get that, the way you buff the axe is, yeah, like I said, through the wounds,
Mhm.
and it's using is specifically through focus attacking with the sword the wound. If you do, because there's like it's a double hit, like a double slash.
Yeah.
And if you hit, I believe the second one on the wound, it'll then go to the pizza cutter mode activation, and then that doesn't always line up. You can adjust it using the focus thing, but it's still, even if it doesn't hit all of it, it consistently causes a stagger for at least for the monsters I'm fighting. It usually staggers.
I also I have a complaint about a certain change to the lance, but if
Oh,
we're still
yeah.
talking about
Yeah, we're talking.
wounds,
Yeah,
I just want to get to it.
yeah. So for Sword and Shield, they it's it's like landing the wound. Landing the wound is very easy. The follow ups is very easy to land, and then they have their unique mechanic where I think they're the only weapon to forcefully open wounds. You see that like white spot in the Angelus lab,
Yeah.
leg? That is turning into a wound, and for Sword and Shield, if you hit it with Focus Strike, it will then turn into a wound, no matter what.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, the wound system, they're like, yeah, they're it's very easy to hit, very fast to do their follow ups, and it's very easy to just individually get all the wounds.
Oh, I might be going for one here. Maybe there it is. It's this attack.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah,
That's the only thing I get off of a wound break. I break the wound, and then the monster will flip one side, and I just keep going.
And you don't get anything off of that, right?
No.
That's the reward.
As a
for
lance, no,
breaking
that's the
wound.
reward. There you go. I did it again, but this time it's a better angle, so I managed to get my hits in. But yeah, it's
great sword. Yeah, or not great sword.
so maybe my me falling asleep is like just Lance is kind of boring in this game.
I would say every game. Well, who said that?
Because the Charge Blade.
No, drink again.
Charge Blade, all the ways to buff the axe are really exciting. Like it makes it a big moment, like a rewarding moment.
Yeah, I think there's just some losers in this.
yeah, because
heavy bowgun, also another weapon, big loser in this game.
Yeah, I
there's
did
the
try
wound
and-
system, like I said earlier. But the other two ways to get the buffed axe is the perfect guard, and
Hold
the
that thought.
Let's talk about perfect guards later.
No. Hold that thought. I'm gonna try to communicate with these people, right? And because of this, during one of I think my next hunt even, I try to heal and then I just like say good job. I'm like fuck. Anyway, yes, perfect guard.
yeah, it's a perfect guard. There's a follow up you can get off a perfect guard that activates pizza cutter,
Okay.
and then the last way is the clash, the power clash, whatever it's called.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how that works.
I can tell you, there's a hidden meter where whenever you block, normal block an attack, it builds up. Once you block a certain attack from a monster, you'll go into power clash, and then the meter depletes, and then you have to build it up by blocking more attacks until
You can get multiple.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think in my next hunt, actually, I got multiple for my Doshoku, but
Yeah.
it's in the next video.
Yeah,
so
and then not every monster has a clash.
yeah,
attack.
I read that. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Oh, I didn't know that.
um,
That's a little disappointing.
I will say I don't know if it's like collective or if it's just your personal amounts you block.
Can I say something? I wish Power Clash was only a Lance thing.
Well,
I gotta be honest.
we don't get what we want all the time.
I gotta because look,
Lance doesn't have any.
Lance has nothing. Okay, and when the first time I did a Power Clash, I felt powerful, and then now every fucker with a shield can do it. I'm sorry, your sword and shield is like yours is nothing compared to my fucking wall that I have on me at all times.
Oh, bro, it's so funny because Power Guard really benefited Sword and Shield in actually giving it a block. And like you have already the highest level of block already. I don't know, how does instant blocks feel for you?
Are you talking about perfect guards?
Yeah, perfect guards. I call it.
Yeah. I get a slightly more powerful thrust.
Yeah, I think hearing Kenji say it, I think Charge Blade is like
Lance has no Riz. There's nothing. What is the fun part?
in every game. Tell us, because
Look. No, you know what? It's this game. Okay.
No, I'm not saying like sure, but like
Look.
what?
like
There was a time when all you fuckers had to scurry like roaches. And I stood there with a shield and I blocked things that should have been unblockable. Okay? I like
I remember that in World. Yeah.
and that was it. That was it.
Yeah,
if
yeah.
nothing else, it is I stood while others ran. Okay?
So all the other weapons have been getting
Now-
buffed every game to the point where Lance just gets nothing.
bro, like legit Sword and Shield with Power Guard with perfect guards. I feel like I'm just blocking like a lance.
When you explain to me how power like the clash works in this game, I'm a little bit disappointed that it is just a meter. I was hoping it was more of a timing thing. I mean, like,
I think it should have been just IBs, honestly.
when you said that to me, I'll be like, 'cause, like in my brain, the way I would rationalize that, right, would be like, oh, maybe for us it's harder, it's more work to get it, and maybe the Lance would just be able to do it consistently or something. But no, they just get nothing. The guarding thing doesn't get anything cool for guarding.
We
they had Power Guard, man.
We have Power Guard, which is a 360 like block, like and
You
like
don't have to aim the block.
no, yeah, we just it's like a hunker down, and it just takes everything from I think it's there's 360. Doesn't matter from what angle, and we get the Grand Retribution Thrust. Is if we block like a big attack, we get a really powerful thrust.
Right.
That does quite a lot of damage.
You do also you have like a different timed guard, right, where you have to release it.
Yeah, so power. Actually, there's like I don't remember which one's called Power Guard. No, Power Guard is the whatever. There's the left trigger, which is normal guard, and then left trigger B, which is I forget what it's called, and then left trigger BA, which is the Power Guard. So B is the part that like I could charge. It's like a charge block, and I could sit there forever. It doesn't take stamina. It's like a better guard I think than normal, but not as good as Power Guard.
I see you didn't like the story because you didn't give it a chance.
Shut up. But what was I saying? Oh, I don't really get anything off of it. So if something hits me, I just do like a normal high thrust. Like I think it does more damage than a normal high thrust. But there is a thing where if I'm charging it and then I release as I get hit, I get a double thrust. So it's like a timed counter, which is fine, but it also kind of defeats the purpose. Because it's literally me letting go of block. It's a timed release.
Yeah.
Like it's like a parry, I guess. And so if I just mistime it, I kind of eat shit, which defeats the purpose of like the blocking one. I like sitting there and charging. That's why I like Power Guard in this game, because Power Guard before never really gave anything other than the omnidirectional. I think it was always 360 like all games, right?
I think they got introduced in World.
Oh, okay. Well, to me, then it
Yeah.
was every game. So we never really got anything from Power Guard, like offensively. It was always just hunker down and whatever. So I do like Grand Retribution Thrust.
And 25, 03, 14, 17.
Go to the next video.
I will say,
Oh, there we go.
I don't know, cause like how do you do lances? Do you want it to just be block, or do you
Yes.
because
Listen,
Capcom's been going like when Rise they had lances had their own IB, right? Instant perfect guard that they got shit off of.
yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah,
It was-
they had that in Rise, but like
Rise made me feel like an anime character with the wirebug stuff, with the lance. Like they did a lot of cool stuff offensively, and I think a lot of the defensive stuff kind of. I don't remember using a lot of it. A lot of the like advanced defensive stuff, it kind of wasn't great. I don't remember it. But yeah, this game, like you said, like they buffed everybody with a shield, right?
yeah.
To the point where I feel like the Lance's identity is just
You're a stick.
non-existent. Because listen, we Lance mains, we were the ones that never had anything super flashy, but we could sit there and take things
Yeah, and
like forever. And then it seems like everybody can do that now.
yeah, and like even like Gunlance, the other big lance, they have they had these in Rise too, but they also got guard. They have guard points on their reloads, so they can it serves a purpose. It can cancel their reloads with the guard point, and it's a perfect guard too, so they get elevated block even.
I don't want to switch.
I think try hammer for a bit, bro. Like I remember telling you at the start, it's like, oh, you're not gonna play Lance in the game they buffed block. I'm sorry, bro.
You did.
I
You are the reason why I ended up going Lance again. Because I did
I
hammer.
thought they would do more with it with
I did
IBs.
hammer. I guess for context, in World, I played hammer first. And
Yeah, because I was mad shit talking lances in the world.
and then I discovered Lance's, despite him trying to stray me from the word of God. And Lances are great. At least they were. And then now everybody's a fucking Lance. Everybody with a shield's a fucking Lance.
Bro, I will say IBs are one of my favorite things in this game.
Oh yeah. Because it just completely negates the use. Like, there's no reason to have a Lance anymore.
Bro, like I think because like their methodology, right? Because lances are the only ones
I'm gonna shoot Capcom.
is the only ones that can counterattack. I think they should probably lean into with their IBs. Like make their like reward off of successfully perfect guarding with a lance like better. Because I want this to be like a mainstay mechanic because I really like it. I really like it. I think it can be. Like I don't think it's anything unique to Wilds that I think instant blocking should just be a thing forever now. But I definitely give lances more off of it, or give them like.
Look, that was my Grand Retribution for us. Did you see that?
Oh my god! Yeah, give lances like more things to do with like IBs.
Crazy.
I don't know, because you said you don't want them to have like, because they're kind of getting this identity of like a counter person, right? Where they're like supposed to time their blocks correctly to then do like a cool thing. Oh, you missed it.
Yeah, that happens to me like twice. Because I'm so used to. Oh, you know another change.
Oh yeah, the automatic shield bash.
Yes. So this game, they did something with the normal block, where if something hits me, it automatically does a shield bash, which interrupts like certain inputs because it has to get out first.
Oh.
So before, I remember like in World and Rise, I would just do like a normal block and then immediately go into Power Guard if I know like another big hit's coming. So in this game, I can't do that because I get hit once and then I try to do the immediately into power guard situation, but because I didn't factor in the animation for shield bashing, I end up just sitting there with a normal block and then I get my shit kicked in because it was a big attack that I missed. So like I don't get it. Why this should have been a Lance only fucking thing, bro. This should have been only for Lances. I'm sorry. All you other people with shields, you probably would have gotten fucked. But like, what else do we have? What else do we have?
This isn't. Yeah, that actually doesn't happen a lot.
It happens like twice here in this hunt.
Yeah, I think at the very least, I think you should get like more meter build at least. Like make it so that's something you can get much more often than Sword and Shield.
Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, because at the moment,
Is it the same for everyone? Like same rate for everybody?
I read it was a meter. I don't know if it's the same rate for everyone.
Oh boy, that was my focus. That was my.
Oh, and it breaks multiple wounds too.
I mean, yeah.
Zara's been convinced to switch to Lance right now.
I liked
I'm
Lance
not.
better for you. I think Evade Lance was very funny.
How come the Lance can't Lance on the Sacred?
Yeah, we can.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Is it ever useful?
No.
No, I don't think any of that sacred moveset is like.
Look, that was the thing I got for like instant block. I had like a slightly better like thrust after a block because that's.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe
like everyone just has that. Actually, I don't know what Greatsword. No, Greatsword after insta block they can go into a true string without anything. I don't know what heavy bowgun gets after.
I guess while we're on the topic of different weapons, there's a problem I have with every Monster Hunter game because, like I said, I'm not a grind gamer.
Mhm.
I am very hesitant to switch weapons in this type of game. Like I get there's probably a lot of enjoyment to be had
Yeah.
by using the different weapons, so you're not just doing the same thing for 100 hours.
Yeah.
But I do not want to waste resources to
And
craft
time.
another
And time.
and
'Cause
time.
you have to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, I don't mind learning the weapon.
Oh, okay.
That's the fun part.
Yeah.
for me.
Okay. Yeah, I get
But
it.
like, I don't want to grind to be able to use the other weapon effectively in whatever HR I'm at.
I think Monster Hunter's pretty good with that because it's like if you're hunting something like a bunch, you only made like the one weapon, so like you should have some left over.
Yeah,
to,
typically, yeah. Whenever I switch weapons, I usually just make something that I can make at the time.
which is like usually on par or at the very least,
Yeah.
like maybe one tier below what you're currently
Yeah,
on.
the only time I find is an issue is when like certain play styles are locked behind certain weapons, and like the main problems like bowguns is like they have different shot types, and that really changes how you play. And
This environment sucks.
It's not the most exciting to look at.
Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, just different. Like, I haven't been playing bowgun until the very end, just cause. Oh yeah, the bowgun like I can't. I need to get like a specific one, and couldn't just make one if I wanted to play Pierce. I will say, it's still on the topic of gameplay. I think overall,
Bring wirebugs back.
of course, I will campaign for that every game.
Like
Bring back styles.
Bring just have supers, have styles, just have the whole kit and caboodle.
freaking.
But I was gonna say like the base move set, right? Except for certain weapons, I think the overall gameplay, like just the normal gameplay, like non-gimmick gameplay, I think is better than Rise. I think Rise takes it because of wire bugs and because of like you have like supers, you have like all these other things. But I think I'm liking just like the base, like just like all the additions that the weapons I play.
Yeah, I think
Got.
generally like base moveset gets better each installment. Like, I could be wrong.
For some weapons, bro. Like heavy bowgun here, lance here, in fucking.
Well, I never played the ranged
Yeah,
weapons.
have in Generations Ultimate, the Gunlance got fucked in their moveset. They gave them, I think, no, that wasn't even the game. They gave them a extra hop, but what it just they just like nerfed the aspect of it. It was cringe.
Because like that was part of the reason I didn't really get into Monster Hunter at 3 Ultimate.
They just
Because Charge Blade didn't exist, and I just found like every weapon's moveset to be extremely lacking for me to find engaging.
If back then when we was playing 3, someone had told me about the Lance, I think I would have been a Monster Hunter fan much earlier.
didn't I don't remember. Didn't I tell you to play Lance?
No.
This was like because this was I was playing it a bit. This was before my anti-Lance propaganda.
I think this was also before I cemented myself as loving being a tank.
No, it was always there.
Well, the first thing I ever hear, I have retained you mentioning Lance was you was you shitting on it.
Yeah, because Gunlance was better. I'm sorry. Why are you... anyways.
I love all weapons in this game equally except for Charge Blade because that's the only good one.
Me, except for Insect Glaive, that's the only bad one.
Let's go big camera.
Let's see.
We should. I think what do we like about this game?
I like focus mode for Charge Blade and the
I like
charging
focus- no, yeah.
charging the axe mode is
Focus
fun.
mode, like more specific, like I think focus mode is a better system than the wound system that Iceborne had. I think it was always just like something you felt like you had to do, and it wasn't something that you got to do, right? Because you wanted like they nerfed fucking weakness exploit, so now you need a wounded area. B, they increase hit zone, so if you're not doing wounded areas, you're just doing less damage. So it's always felt. It felt like latching onto it and doing all that felt disruptive. Wasn't really like you didn't have iframes, so it wasn't free. And this game is just something that happens and something that you enjoy reaping the benefits of. It's kind of like remember the anomaly thing, the anomaly quote unquote wounds in Rise.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a mixture of that and the wound system. I think it works pretty well. I think focus mode as a whole.
Where are you assaulting him?
What?
Moving towards the camera. I think focus mode as a whole is a hit. Not my favorite gimmick, obviously, but I very much enjoy it. I think they should really revisit some of them because there's just some of them they're just not created equal. Like Lawnsur's good. Bow has an insane one. They just have auto targeting and then they fire a fucking thing. It's very easy to get wounds. Sword and Shield's very easy to latch on, very easy to create wounds, very easy to pop. The wounds also are very good for disrupting monsters to kind of an absurd point.
No, that's why
Like,
I find it
that's-
so satisfying for Charge Blade because like I said, every time I get the pizza cutter mode, it usually causes a stagger and that makes it just feel
Yeah, this is also
Nice, and-
one of the things that kind of is pertaining to the difficulty of this game because you notice like there's been multiple points in time where we're fighting a monster and everything goes right and then it just doesn't move for like 3 minutes, 4 minutes. It feels satisfying, but at the same time, like it alleviates difficulty, right? Like it's not.
I don't mind that if the downtime of me getting on the fucking sacred at the beginning of every single one wasn't so fucking long.
Would you attribute the easier difficulty to that?
I think it's a factor. I don't necessarily think it's the only cause.
I think they also just
I feel
made
like
it easier.
yeah, just overall like
health,
move sets.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not dying as much as I used to.
Yeah.
At this point of previous
The
Monster
first
Hunters.
time the first time I died was to that Anjanath that I recorded.
I think I might have failed a quest maybe once, if ever.
Haven't failed yet.
Oh no, we failed the fucking thing. It's because
Yeah.
The-
when we're
the-
playing with the other person. Yeah, right.
No, the big guy with the nuke. We fell for the nuke.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That. Yeah.
Oh no, sorry, I died to the nuke.
Yeah. That was the only time I ever failed a quest.
Yeah, same
I
here.
didn't fail. Wait, you?
We were playing together. And
Oh, and so like
Yeah.
both of you.
yeah,
I think I carded twice.
Gotcha, okay,
That
okay.
being the second.
yeah,
Got you. Understood. Yeah. Okay. Well,
yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I felt like it's like I feel like hell. Like clear times are very low. Are very much lower. I think it's a combination of having better openings with
and they made this game for babies.
clear times are better. You have more openings to do more damage, and I don't know. I feel just health is lower.
Yeah.
For the monsters, yeah.
Yeah, health is lower. The cappable window feels higher. Like they start limping when they have a lot more health than in older games. I feel, and then you can just cap them earlier.
Which again is kind of confusing considering this is supposed to be the big game, the big console.
I'm gonna say something. So in World and even Rise, like some of your progress can be tied to how low you can get your clear time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know maybe what is like I remember seeing like almost 20 minutes for some like my first hunts in World, and then like getting that lower and lower to like sub 10 was like an indication that
Oh, yeah, that's-
you're getting better gear, you're doing more damage.
Yeah.
Like but now
Sub 10's easy. Like sub 5,
bro,
it's very doable.
every quest like from the beginning is like 6 minutes.
And I feel like that's for like might be a consequence of the single player. Like I don't think they wanted people to take that long on these story hunts. I don't know.
They don't want people to hunt in a game called Monster Hunter.
Let's just call it Monster.
Look, I get it, right?
Monster.
Like
Yeah, because like I felt like
if
they
there's
wanted
a big
like
if there's a big time investment in doing like the same thing, most people would probably be bored.
yeah, and like I feel like they probably want to watch the cutscenes would be their thought process, and like these monsters interrupting like big interruptions in between that could potentially negatively affect
The monsters interrupting
I
the
play Monster
cutscene.
Hunter for the
Again,
story, unironically.
speculation. I am speculating.
I mean, like that seems like
A reason.
yeah, or their thought process for certain people, but do I feel is how like Monster Hunter boomers looked at me playing Worlds is that the same how I'm viewing fucking people who like this game now?
I guess.
who've never
Potentially.
touched. You know what I hate the most though? You would talk about your friends and you're like, oh, it's so cool to see them play a Monster Hunter game that they've never touched Monster Hunter before, and then I've had to fight for my position against this dude in Worlds, bro, the whole time.
Mario is the ultimate gatekeeper for everything he touches.
It's like me specifically, because look at all your other friends are getting celebrated for finally touching a Monster Hunter game. The fuck?
It was just, we've been friends for longer, like over a decade. I know these people like a year.
Yeah, and
ago.
I'm gonna tell them all the slurs you said.
What the fuck?
like,
Yeah, let's see if they're friends now.
I'm a gatekeeper for things, but mostly not out of like, no, you're not allowed to touch it. More
Also-
like, why the fuck are you touching this thing now? Like what about whatever specific installment or whatever
I
franchise?
think the hype is like a big thing.
But why is there hype?
There is a well. I think it's because World was big.
Oh yeah, no, I know for
Right.
this why.
Oh,
but
yeah, no,
I
I
mean
get
for
it.
other instances.
Yeah, no, because
of this-
imagine.
Or like I guess you could even say
Imagine-
that's for World. Like why was
Yeah.
World so hyped
Yeah,
up?
imagine this, right? I think another factor is you had like 100, 2,000, 200, how many thousand people play World at launch, right? 200,000. Then another big spike afterwards. And I feel like those people are different people. Not like,
It's not the same people coming back.
yeah, like not like a huge amount, but it's like if say like another 200,000 people from the next spike, it's like I feel like more of it was new people versus returning
I think
people.
Kenji was saying that like in games like this, there's always like the one game in a long series of games that just gets massively hyped up.
Yeah.
For seemingly no reason.
That's also just luck. It's just
Yeah.
like algorithms. So like
Algorithm nowadays.
Yeah, like-
nowadays, yeah.
For
But,
me, the worst one was like fucking MGS5.
Uh-huh.
Because
oh,
I'm like, literally, this is the last installment in this game.
And
I
everyone-
just see so many people be like, this game's really, the story of this game's really confusing. I don't get what's happening. Like, yeah.
how,
So why
It's
are you
almost
playing
like
the
it's
fifth
called
one?
The fifth one.
Yeah.
how was DMC5 for you, Kenji?
That one,
I feel like that's like less, right?
That's not as bad.
Yeah.
People, you could still enjoy that game at face value.
And then there's me who like was rushing to beat like
Yeah.
most of the series.
Angelo's
by
the
the time
ideal candidate because he's willing to backtrack games.
I did
I feel-
try.
this is happening a lot more recently with Capcom because SF6 also not to the same vein, but I feel like it's one of their most successful Street Fighters, especially at launch.
Yeah.
I think it's just there's a lot of like these games have like diehard fan bases, and some of these fan bases are really vocal, and so a lot of like other people just kind of like they hear about it. It's like, why are these losers talking about this game? And then they try and maybe they like it. So now there's a whole bunch of losers talking about this game, and so it's just snowballs. So
Again, I think it's like there's like already a pretty big line of people waiting for this game with World, and not necessarily from Rise. Just I feel like most of the core Monster Hunter fan base were with Rise, and then I feel like some of the World people
never touched Rise.
Yeah, were turned off
100%.
just mostly because like the look.
It was
Right?
also only on Switch.
Yeah, for a
Yeah,
while,
also
yeah.
for and then now those people went back in with Wilds, and they didn't play Peak, so they don't understand.
Yeah, they never played one. They don't know the joys of analog.
You never played one.
You know, next wheel game, I'm gonna.
No,
I'll figure out a way to make it work.
I'll play
I have a PS2.
I'll
Oh,
play,
there you go.
I have two PSs.
Angelo
even.
volunteered
No.
to be the sacrifice.
Oh, we're gonna do local land here.
No.
Yeah.
No.
It's Suno's vision.
I'll play one. I don't think I'll enjoy it that much.
Or it's gonna change your life.
It might change my life.
You know, I love gimmick controls.
But yeah, I think it was a mixture of all big already line of people waiting, and then right place, right time, and then this game is like pretty big on streaming. Like day one, Twitch, a lot of Wilds, and that also helps with pushing more people into it because they're seeing their favorite streamer play it. Sometimes like they see their favorite streamer play it badly, and then they want to play it better. And yeah, just like a mixture of big install base and right place, right time.
I think people who like this game need to stop.
I like this game.
People have never touched a Monster Hunter game that have now touched Wilds need to stop.
Go play Rise. Go play GU. Unironically,
Yes.
I want.
Like fuck it. Yes.
I want Monster Hunter Cross 2.
bro. Actually, GU 2 would be hype.
That would be Cross with this production value would be the best game
Insane,
ever.
actually.
It'd be
Like,
the best Monster Hunter game ever.
and they'll bring back zones, right?
No,
Why?
they'll bring back. You know, Mario. The numbers are still there. They're still zones.
There's still zones.
There's still
Hey,
zones.
you know what? I am just scared because we've said before this did so well.
I read an interview thing that scares the shit out of me.
Oh God, what?
That some representative from Capcom. I only
Okay.
skimmed it. I
Yeah,
don't,
yeah, yeah.
said that there a lot of players do enjoy the story.
I'm seeing it.
I
I'm seeing it. Look,
and that it'll be a priority, something along these lines. I'm
bro,
paraphrasing
please.
really
I
badly.
don't care as long as you have Gathering Quest.
But
Have,
Ariel,
I'm sorry,
Galaxy
Hub Quest.
Brain. What if they made the story good next time?
I have no faith in them to do that.
I know. For the
Fuck,
Monster
man.
Hunter
Make-
writers specifically, I know.
Okay,
Like,
please, just make.
They're gonna get George R. R.
multiplayer,
Martin for the
That's
next
like
one.
next game is like story by Kojima Production.
more seamless.
yo,
more
but actually-
seamless, please. Just don't do what you did with the
gonna be a
multiplayer
Strand
with
type
this.
game.
And you know what? Even like, okay, story aside, I feel like a lot of people were vocal about how they didn't like not being able to play with their friends, even though that's just like what the game was advertised to be.
Yeah.
So hopefully they do the hub quest. Please,
Oh.
I want to skip that shit, man.
We should also crucify Capcom for like how many games are they in right now, and they still don't know how like normal multiplayer works,
Bro.
Why is there 18 billion menus?
They want to make it like an MMO, like, which I get, but it's very frustrating if you're not trying to party up with random people that you found on a server.
Yeah,
Yeah, because like the squad, lobbies are fine. I think it just needs a little tweaking, but that's like a workaround to the thing.
yeah. Like,
Also, another thing you notice too, right? Because like before, like older games, GU and stuff like that, you would go into a lobby, right? And it's like there was no random lobby. There's no like random matchmaking. You had to go into a lobby. You had to hump with a group of people.
Yeah.
For like a good bit if you wanted to make progress without like friends, right? And it felt better because you actually like not directly we got to know these players and you actually exchange guild cards and stuff like that. Maybe play again, maybe not, but it felt like you got to know the.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I say. Like, I think it's like almost MMO like in terms of how
Yeah.
it's encouraging you to play with Randy's.
and like
Yeah,
yeah,
like
Randy is like I don't know these people.
can I?
And like fucking normal etiquette's out the window now. All the fucking rules have changed.
I forget. Is there No, I never tried. I only did that like SOS thing like twice. I remember in Rise, you could like do an open quest. Like you could let it be open. Like
Yes, you can-
Can
yeah,
you still do it here?
It's with people in the lobby that you're in.
So if you're in a public server, that would be useful.
But if you're not,
No.
Then,
Yeah, you have to use SOS to make
So-
it findable in the thing.
I feel like that's also a backwards thing from Rise, where
Yeah.
even if you were in like a private lobby, if you just
Yeah.
let it be open, people could just join.
Yeah, from the whole thing. And I think did they have random matchmaking in Rise?
I
Like you could just like
I never played with Randy's in any
I
of the
see.
Monster Hunter games, so I wouldn't.
But like, yeah, I noticed because I've been opening it to SOS to make it go by faster and just play with randoms. And
I did that I did the open thing for Rise
Okay,
just because you.
That's
did
not
it,
true.
and it
Okay,
was-
I did play with strangers in World for the raid.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
it
that was yeah. But like, I will say, like, I'm doing the thing, and I've been mostly getting the NPC hunters and very little time.
Wow, I didn't even know you could do that. I gotta
Yeah,
know.
yeah. Like in your SOS settings, there's like you can. There default is you get if Randy's don't show up, the like Olivia,
Yeah. So you
Olivia,
get
some other
those.
characters, the support hunters will come in
I
and
wish-
they'll do that instead.
The NPC hunters were more prevalent in this game. I didn't know you could do that, so that's kind of
Yeah,
cool
and
to
then-
me. Because like in Rise, that was like a thing, right? You could choose.
Yeah, you can choose. Yeah, like
but
you could.
they kind of sucked.
I know, but
They
like,
suck,
still,
but
it
you like
was-
you could. I think you could have upgraded them. You could like choose some of their their weapons and like
Like I like when the story character that usually only exists in cutscene land does something for me.
Yeah, in gameplay.
It,
Yeah,
it makes me care about them more.
Olivia was cool.
Olivia was cool. Like I think out of all, at least NPC hunters that I've experienced in any game, which is really in Rise only, she actually did stuff. Like she knocks monsters out, which I don't remember an NPC doing that in Rise.
Yeah, I don't remember
She's
anyone.
effective.
Yeah, I don't remember anyone having knockout weapons. I
I
think
mean,
there
I'm
wa-
just not even that. It's like I just think that they're smarter. Like the AI is just smarter. Like they know what they're doing.
mostly there's a gunner NPC. I think twice he mounted the monster, and then he failed to fucking knock it
Okay,
over.
well, listen, they're not perfect. Okay,
No, they are better than Rise. I think their AI is better, but
just a few kinks.
yeah, but yeah, no, that's the thing. You can even set it to have it only be support hunters. So if you don't want Randy to join, but you still want,
Does that fuck with scaling?
I think it does. But I think I haven't. I feel like
It's
it goes
still
by
faster.
quicker with them. And then they do heal you and stuff.
So they're effective enough to.
Yeah, they're
work
effective
fine,
enough,
yeah.
and they do provide like If you like, you'll lose out your cat, but I've noticed that they heal me too. Anyways, I think it might be the gunner that has maybe like health rounds or whatever, or like
I might switch weapons.
try out the hammer. I don't know. They get something called offset attack, which is if you hit
The rapper?
huh? If you hit them with an offset attack while they're doing a move, you'll knock them back.
I think I will try out Switch Axe. I've tried. I think in Rise I played Switch Axe for a bit.
Yeah, Switch Axe is fun. I want to try out Switch Axe. I want to try out Charge Blade. I want to try out Longsword.
I played Switch Axe a little bit in World. I think World was like the one that really sucked me in and sucked me off.
What?
And so I really just played a lot.
I will say
Of,
from
like, different
GU
stuff.
to World, like the base, like I think that's like the biggest upgrade to base moveset. Between any Monster Hunter, like a lot of the iconic moves that like are associated with the weapons now came in World, like the big elemental, the Swax elemental thing. I think that was in World. Lance's Power Guard, World. Gunlass's second hop, World.
I just realized he's in a jar of honey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always want to try out Longsword, and I'm always underwhelmed whenever I actually have to use it.
It's
Is it just like because of a learning curve, or
No, it's just like
even like you?
like
are
I said, I already
proficient?
I just wish these had more moves. I just wish everything had more moves.
Longsword got more moves. Okay.
No, I know.
Longsword keeps getting treated
I want to be
well.
I want to be virtual.
So-
I just
so
want to be virtual.
What you're saying?
you have Longsword has Helm Splitter.
I know,
What
but
you're
that's not the
saying
reason you play virtual.
What you're saying is you would hate Lance because we have like 3 moves.
Yes. To me, that's what every weapon felt like in 3, and that's why I never got the high rank in 3 because I'm just like, I heard like what expectations of what Monster was gonna be like was not set in 3 correctly. Because I was like, oh, it was like a franchise that the DMC guy worked on. I'm like, oh, cool. Like that means it's gonna be a fun action game. I'm playing it. Like, why is everything PS2 graphics? Why does nothing have any moves?
Why? And they don't. Like older games did not explain anything to you.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. I don't know like how any of these systems work.
Like if you didn't have a fucking guide or like a friend tell you like what to do, like getting into it was hard, man.
So I gotta ask,
Charge
hold on.
Blade was the minimum amount of engagement for me to keep playing. If the second they get rid of Charge Blade in any of these games,
you're
I'm
just gone.
dropping. I'm going back to God Eater.
No, going
they
back
actually-
to God Eater is crazy.
they
Because you started
actually-
playing Monster Hunter before.
They actually did drop some weapons in. I think the Charge Blade might have gotten dropped actually.
Wait, when?
No, it wasn't Charge Blade. It was it might have been Swax. There was a
the
game.
fuck is that?
Switch X.
Oh, I hate you and your fucking.
That's what everyone else calls it.
So if someone just jumps off a cliff, you're just gonna start following them.
Yes.
I believe people are rational, and there is a good reason for them to do that.
Anyways, there was a game I saw earlier that did get rid of some weapons, but people got mad, so they said they're probably never going to do that again.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was like some staples, even like it wasn't even just.
Yeah, they got rid of the longsword
Please.
and greatsword.
No, I think Greatsword would never.
I mean, if anything, longsword is the one that's like permanent, right? There's no way they're ever gonna get rid of it.
Longsword and Greatsword, I feel like
Sword
those are
and
the
Shield.
two.
Yeah. I
Oh yeah,
guess.
Sword and Shield. Like those are like the 3. Yeah, that's like Monster Hunter. Even though like they're kind of like just the blandest.
I might try light bowgun.
Like Bowgun's fun. I hate the change that they made rapid fire meter now.
So, fuck it. I am so like I like this game because it's Monster Hunter, but I am bored. Like every time I have to hunt something. I don't know. I think Lance just sucks this game. I don't know if that's like a hot take or whatever, but I don't know like how other Lance bros are feeling.
I saw some common sentiment. I was looking at Reddit, and it's like, oh yeah, you know, guys, don't worry, it's fine. This is just a beta. Okay.
Every monster has a beta until G rank.
I honestly, bro,
It kind of feels that way.
Like G rank, yeah, like we're just
That is something interesting about America, or I don't know if the rest of the world outside of Japan is like this.
Uh-huh.
But at least for America, we didn't get a lot of monsters until G rank, right?
Yeah, no. Ultimate Prefix was always just a G rank expansion that finally got released to the West. So we always like 3 Ultimate, 4 Ultimate. Generations was the one I think changed it because I think Generations
Vanilla Generations.
Yeah, it came out later in the US, but we still had normal Generations. And that was the one. Yeah, that was the one, first one I think we had that
'cause
wasn't just the
Ult was
Ultimate
the
Prefix.
Switch one, right? Or am I misremembering how that?
No, I think it also came out 3DS. There was just a port
Okay.
to Switch.
I probably just never played the 3DS version of Ult then.
Yeah, but I was gonna say that historically Monster Hunter was just like something we had just when the G rank came out. They were done and they shipped it off to the rest of the world. You would have to actually buy the second game if you were like
Yeah.
playing, like if you played the normal one first
Yeah, very
and like had to play through the whole thing again.
PS2 era, PSP.
We
era
we
thing to do.
experienced this actually with Rise since we bought it on Switch
Yeah.
initially, and then we went to
We jump ship to the PC version.
yeah. It's very nostalgic for me actually doing that.
You should do that with Street Fighters. You should just make every fighting game. You should just make a new Steam account and buy it again.
Yeah, but you know, I will say it's kind of just insane seeing this because Monster Hunter was niche. Like,
Monster Hunter is the biggest blow up I've seen of any franchise.
yeah. As again, like this was like it was like 3D. It was stuck on the 3DS for a good bit. It was on a PS2, but like didn't release in the West
Yeah,
until
it
a
was
while.
considered not marketable to Westerners.
Yeah, and then like the
as
3DS
dumb
one,
Americans.
yeah, the 3DS ones, yeah, you just got like after the game was in G rank, and like you'd have to like it's fucking. I remember like seeing news after Full Ultimate. I was seeing like news about fucking shit. Like I was looking at YouTubers and they were just talking about like the Japanese version. It's like, oh, I'm so
Yeah.
excited. I'm so excited for this, bro. Oh, I can't wait for this. I think at one point I just got so impatient that I ended up fucking doing something with my 3DS
I remember.
to get like an English patch of the Japanese version.
I remember like the reason I got it for the 3 Ult for the Wii U is because like Wii U had like 5 games, so that was like part of it. That was definitely a large aspect of it. I saw like a lot of people I follow like on YouTube and stuff is like very Japanese game centric people, and they're like, oh, this is a reason to own a Wii U, is you could play this like on your big screen or whatever. I'm like, whoa, this must be like a big fucking deal then, if people are saying this about this game I've never heard of.
And then you're like, where's
And I'm
my
like,
city?
man, this game sucks.
They had the Bracadillos, Kenji.
Did have they had a
What
lot of
made
cool monsters.
Capcom make World? Was that a gamble or was that like they had some?
I
I think in Japan at least that was a set deal. I don't think they expected it to be this big internationally.
Okay.
But in Japan, you slap a Monster Hunter, people will buy it.
Yeah.
Gotcha, okay.
Yeah, no, Monster Hunter, along with Dragon Quest, was a big reason. Like, they have to release those games on weekends. Because in Japan,
People will take off, right?
yes, people would
Like-
take off in the middle of the week if it dropped in the
That-
middle of the week.
Monster Hunter Cafe in Japan is like a permanent location because like a lot of those themed restaurants are like temporary.
Timed.
Yeah. There's like a few exceptions, but that's like a permanent location, and they have a IRL quest board
Oh wow.
that like literally people will go there to LAN.
Oh.
Like that's just like a thing. Like you'll go there, you'll eat your dinner or your lunch, whatever, and then you go to the
Playing Monster
area
Hunter?
with like console. Right now, it's still, or when I went the last time, it was still Rise stuff.
Gotcha.
So they had like the Switch docks there. They're like, okay, go hook up your Switch, and then you write down, these are the weapons that we need.
Oh.
This is the monster we want to grind at this time at this location.
And you know what? With post world games, I feel like that's just kind of lost now.
Yeah,
because
everything's
now it's just
online
everything
now.
online. Like I remember,
I mean,
he
literally just said that was Rise.
yeah, that was Rise, and like Rise was like a return to that, but like
I mean, it was still also online, so
yeah, still also online, but like when it was like just on handheld, like because it was also on the PSP and it was like a big PSP game too.
Yeah.
Like people like at least over there, it's like, oh yeah,
He
you
thought
just
it was
play
gonna go
with
to-
strangers because most likely they had Monhun,
Yeah.
right? I think it wasn't that much here in the West, but you went to a convention or whatever and you had like a 3DS, like, oh yeah, you can play Monhun with people.
So I know how to recreate that experience.
What?
Should she get a Vita?
I'm not getting a
Get a
Vita.
Vita?
I have
I'm
a
not
Vita.
getting-
Vita?
I'm not
Just
getting
play
a
God
Vita.
Eater.
I'm not
I have-
playing God Eater, bro.
Vita has like
Stop.
5 games, and God Eater is
I
3 of
am
them.
not
I
playing
have-
God
I
Eater.
have
Hop
God- I
on.
have-
It's actually only 2 of them.
I have a
but
Vita.
Should hop on God
You
Eater.
wanna
We're-
play God Eater?
God Eater next episode? I don't know. I feel like we're now just rambling on different topics.
That's fine.
We should probably wrap it up. Good game.
I think this game is still in beta.
Good game.
I mean, if the performance is anything to go by, oh boy.
I'm
I don't usually go into the technical issues in this show.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you want to call the show.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Uh,
our
oh
show.
man, it's rough, bro.
I'm playing. I am playing in 4K. But I feel like a
Denuvo-
4090. I feel like a 4090 should probably be able to run this game a little
Denuvo
bit better.
has caused irreparable harm.
Okay,
to,
I
Capcom.
do have a thing with that. Capcom has their own DRM implementation aside from Denuvo. It might be that.
DRM has done irreparable
D-
damage to Capcom.
Denuvo does get a lot of hate, which it deserves. But a lot of people will just see a random lag spike and point at Denuvo,
That's me, Kenji.
and that's not always the case.
It's not the case here.
It's also not always Denuvo's fault when it is the case. There are
Yeah, I know
a lot of
sometimes,
that is
like,
on the
developers
developer's implementation.
yeah.
Like Tekken had a thing where if you did a specific, I think this is Tekken 7,
okay.
where Denuvo had a thing where if you did a specific move, that's when the Denuvo check happens.
What
and
the
so
fuck?
super it was like a super
Online?
art or something, and it's just like a large lag
the
spike.
fuck?
And just for some people, that's where the game would crash.
Oh, that's
Oh,
funny.
it's a secret move. Like,
It's a secret move.
That's funny.
um,
Well,
yeah,
That is.
I will say-
Capcom's DRM is one of the many.
I will say,
Critical problems.
quite famously, Capcom, like if this like ends up sucking one day, quite famously, Capcom has almost always come back from these.
Yep.
Like Resident Evil,
part of
Street
it-
Fighter,
Part of the technical problems, at least,
DMC.
is that this is the DMC 2 was so fucking bad.
Oh.
And DMC 3 is like one of the best games ever made.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know what it is with
the
them.
whiplash
They'll
on
just
that
make-
is
they'll just
fucking
make straight garbage one day, and then like, oh, we're just gonna release the best game ever after.
don't know
what
this game has some. It's for the technical problems. Like this game does have some. It's going through some growing pains, like the RE engine.
Mm-hmm.
It is using a new version of the RE engine, which was meant to alleviate some of these issues of making such a big open environment. Clearly, it's not working out as well as the audience would hope.
Yeah.
But
Question.
it's not. It's something that I guess they were aware of.
Okay, so question, right?
Uh-huh.
I think once we get to a stopping point,
For Monster Hunter?
For
Or
Wilds.
Yeah.
would you? Because they said they're gonna do title updates with new monsters, right?
Yeah.
Would you want to do them as they come out, or just like right before G rank? Like they
I
announced G
probably
rank.
do them as they come out.
yeah.
I see.
What was he was planning to wait until?
I feel like it would just be like, oh, hunt
it-
the new monster, and then just wait another like a month or two.
Yeah, that's kind of how I played the last two.
I see.
Like
Okay.
it's not going to be my priority to do it necessarily.
Yeah, like I'm not
but-
gonna like drop everything. Oh, new monster to hunt, but I think like I'll come back if it. Like I'll definitely play this game more before G rank comes out.
I
Yeah.
do want to
Yeah.
at least get to HR 100.
Yeah, I think that's the cap
Right now?
Yeah, people are saying because like you're gonna fight. Yeah, tempered monster exists, and people are saying, guys, like
Oh boy.
tempered tempered.
Do they have new moves, or is it just stronger?
Well,
I
we're,
think it's-
we're fighting tempered monsters.
We're
already.
fighting tempered. We haven't fought like the big guys. Like
yeah, but I didn't know. Yeah, I knew that. But
tempered
like,
arc
if
belt,
that's the fucking
tempered,
grind.
Oh.
You haven't got to it. There's a monster.
That's crazy.
You wanted me to say the monster?
No.
Huh?
Oh, you
No.
don't? Okay, I was
Damn.
gonna say I don't give a fuck.
Okay. Well, whatever.
Because in
There's
the off
tempered-
chance it's like Chris, I don't want that to be spoiled.
Something tells me it's not it.
No, but
Um,
no. The fact Aurel asked, now it has to be.
Is it an Elder Dragon?
No, it's not.
Wait, is there a fucking Elder Dragon in this game?
I think the
No, that doesn't count because that monster sucks.
the other one, the ice guy.
Oh, that's an
Yeah.
Elder Dragon.
I think that's an Elder Dragon. Yeah, I gotta double check.
Aren't Elder Dragons more of a big deal in the story?
Yeah, I think.
That guy was a inconvenience. They're like, oh, we need to get to point B from point A.
That's
Oh,
like-
look, Elder Dragon's in the way. Let's go away.
That's like every monster in this game, though.
Yeah. I guess that's true. Is there any fucking monster in this game that's like there's a big fan base for?
Yes, but
What?
that's one of the it's the
Is
one.
it a returning monster?
Yes.
That doesn't count.
Okay.
That doesn't fucking count.
Okay, new monster. I don't know. Actually, I haven't been seeing.
This game sucks. There's no Kazu.
All I'm
There
saying
no
is
Kazu, actually.
like back in
Zero,
World,
I changed
bro.
my 0 out of 10. No Kazu.
Back in World, bro, I couldn't go like 2 steps in the internet without seeing some kind of Nergigante meme, bro. I just
Yeah,
Nergo was cool.
a friend of mine that also is in the monster might be getting a tattoo of a Nergigante. Actually,
dude, I mean, good. Nergigante was the greatest
no
fucking
one's
thing
gonna
ever.
get a tattoo of the Arkveld.
Actually, I feel like it could have been good though because I've only played 3 games, but like birds, I think are like giant,
I don't
big
know.
monster birds are like a big thing that they haven't really touched.
Arkveld does like because I said like yeah like it's Unguardian, so it's just a just Arkveld, right? It does change up the fight a bit, but I don't know how much different it would be. I don't know if you'd like it more Unguardians.
Yeah, I like the variants when
I
they
like
have
the
new,
armor of
when they have
Arkveld.
new moves because that I only play these games to fight every monster and in the different variations of the monster. I don't care for mid-maxing my whatever skills. I don't know what half of them do. Anyway.
Oh, we didn't talk about
We didn't
skills.
talk about. No, shut up.
I
Shush.
don't. I like it less than
Shush, shush,
Rise.
shush, 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 shush. Why the fuck why is certain jewels only for certain things? Like there's weapon jewels, and I forget is it just armor or is it
I
like?
think it's just
this-
armor.
Okay, so, oh shit, did I just? Am I still here? Okay, I am. I thought I fucking muted myself. No, why?
I think it makes kind of sense. Like, oh, this is an offensive jewel. It
No,
should go on your
That's
thing.
how I internalize it.
Okay, so but why was it? What? No.
Yeah. To
Why
be,
they're making that change now? I don't.
I
Yes,
don't know.
yes.
I don't
Like
know.
why now?
To be fair, okay, there are things to alleviate it because you're like saying like you can't get guard and guard up together now, right? There are some things. Weapons just now have more slots in general. I find that almost all of them have has a 3 slot, a 2 slot, and either another 2 or a 1 slot. So you have more jewel slots to fit into the weapons. They come with their own skills, so a little bit more wiggle room there. And then also the 3 slots, like really good ones, will have 2 skills on them, getting you more points. Now I will say overall that is still worse and still limits
Creativity.
yes, because you're still not gonna have, it's still not enough for all the skills you do want, right?
Look,
And-
in World, it was unoptimal. It was dumb, but the fact that I could get max guard up and max guard on my lance, and I it took me 30 minutes to hunt something, but I never died. Like I was fighting this tempered elder dragons. Right? Am I crazy?
Yes.
Like I was just like fighting tempered elder dragons was like the funniest thing ever because everything they did just tickled me, and it was just that was fun. And but like of course I had my min max like offensive bleed build. I remember the old Garen fucking lance was like the thing to play, and yeah, sure that was there. But like the fact that I had a completely different set with a completely different like set of decos that just was like unoptimal, but like I had the freedom to do these things. Now
you can still do it. Like you can get a lance with guard, and then you can quite easily get guard up on it.
so I could do literally the same thing.
With guard and guard up, yeah. Just
No, same setup as in world.
I don't remember what your setup was. Like what?
You glazed this game way too much. For an 8.5, that's crazy.
There's no arena quest line, is there?
I don't think so.
Well, you did the arena quest line.
I
For
mean-
the power charm.
That's
two.
It? That's
Yeah.
it.
There's quests in there. You can fight
No,
monsters.
but I can't
in
pick
there.
weapons and shit.
Huh? No, there's no that type of arena quest. But to be
Yeah.
honest, I didn't really care for those too much.
I like those because that did solve part of my thing. It's like, oh, would I like to try out and commit to make this weapon? It's like, well, they have the thing there. I could just try it.
This game sucks.
This game is good.
If this game wasn't Monster Hunter, would you be saying
If
this?
this was God Eater 4, would you have bought this game?
Fuck.
No, actually.
It's cause this game is Monster that is good, Angelo. It's separating the two.
Yeah, I agree. The fact that this is Monster Hunter is the reason why it's good.
Yeah.
Everything new about it sucks.
Mostly. I like focus. I like the focus. I like IBs. I like some of the gameplay stuff.
I feel like this is biased because I like Monster Hunter. I feel like we have to admit that this is a little unfair. That like this game is being carried by its name.
The burnout for me is happening faster than it ever has for a Monster Hunter game.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
starting. I think I will like probably be done with this game by next week. I feel. That means we can all play GU.
We can play Avowed.
What the
game
fuck
we
is
were
wrong
supposed
with
to
you?
talk
What do
about.
you mean?
game
What
we
the
were
fuck is
supposed to talk
You
about.
have to play that
You still
game.
have to play it. We didn't forget.
Anyways.
Avowed coming out next episode.
Next episode. But good game. It can be better. I'm excited for G rank.
Oh boy, I can't wait for G rank. That's when I'll give my real score. I'll give my real score once G rank comes out.
Base World also had issues.
Yep.
Base World was perfect.
Some of them was aesthetics. Like, I don't know, like, cause there was new to you, right? What were your thoughts on like the weapons? Cause a lot of them, cause a lot of the weapons were considered downgrades from Generation
like,
Ultimate.
I
Like usefulness or like
no,
design?
like the aesthetics. Cause
I will agree. No, the weakest. There was a very weak part, and it was the one thing that I was really disappointed in. That everything was everything was either a bone lance or like
steel.
an ingant or the steel lance,
And then just had, like,
slapped on like some monster skin. So
yeah, and then
I remember I played Rise, and I'm like, oh my god, there's these like weird shapes and like
Yeah, that was cool.
yeah, like which I guess is more closer to how older games did their models or whatever. Is that right?
something like that. I don't quite recall.
Oh, so self-proclaimed Monster Hunter fan doesn't remember
I don't know.
every
I don't know. Like,
detail about Monster Hunter.
like
games.
yeah, it was close to like the weapons were close to the older games.
Anyway, I remember going like, oh, see, that's what I wanted from Worlds. It's like for lances, I'm just thinking about lances. There was like tridents. There was like one with a weird fucking flag on it. There was like it was different. It wasn't just like bone
There's
lance.
a lot of ways you can make
or-
a pointy stick.
Yes, there was many ways.
Did you,
And many iterations of pointy sticks.
I don't know. Did you see the lance? It was like a spinning helix.
Yeah, that
in
was.
this game.
Oh, in this game?
Yeah,
no,
in this game was this.
No, I thought you were talking about the Devil Joe Lance.
Oh, I think. Yeah, it's like Was it constant expanding on that?
Devil Joe, yeah,
Oh, okay, I wasn't sure. But anyways,
yeah, yes. I'm just gonna say yes.
Anyways,
I
yeah.
guess a positive thing for these, I do like that they brought back transmog.
Oh yeah,
Very
Oh,
easy
yes.
to use also
Yeah.
in this game.
Yeah.
transmog. Yeah, they really need to bring weapons transmog, man.
Is that not a thing?
No,
Oh.
and they're fucking. The big thing that's happening again. I don't know how they manage to do this each game. The best weapons aren't the fucking ones you forge from monsters. They're the artisan weapons, artesian weapons. And people are saying they look bad. They look ugly, uninspired. But they're the best weapons in the game.
Maybe I'll like them. I tend to like the more boring looking ones anyway.
And like they keep doing this each time. It's like, oh, the interesting, cool, like the weapons from the monsters. Nah, all of them are worse. Like consistently, all of them are worse than the custom ones you can make. Anyways, good game. We all like this game.
Yes, despite the like 2.5 hours of
Complaining.
mostly complaining.
Because like I feel
Look.
like we don't have to talk about the things we like because we just very much like say
There's
oh,
not much to say about it because it's just like, oh, we like this thing.
yeah, we like Monster Hunter. So we're gonna
Yes.
like yeah.
So like, I think when you love something a lot, you have more negative things to say, just because you're more intimately familiar with its faults. Anyway, the more I talk about this game is like a 5 out of 10. Anyway, I'm joking.
Yeah, bring back
Mostly.
zones. We can make them look very pretty, and then just zones that you don't really like. You don't have to render like anything past them. It'd be great.
We should wrap. I do want to hear from that guy who uses paintballs still. I would love to know why you're doing this.
Bring
but,
back paintballs. Make monsters invisible again. Actually,
Yeah, so decent game. Worst of the 3 modern Monster Hunters.
bring back breakable pickaxes, butterfly nets.
Analog stick controls.
There's the boomers I was talking about. Give it up, Monster Hunter boomers.
Gathering like a thing again. It's like just something. It's like gathering early game just doesn't exist anymore, and that was just
Yep. Who cares? Also, like, you just get so much shit like in the beginning. I feel
yeah,
like they just give you stuff.
yeah.
I like that.
I mean,
hate
it's
gathering.
fine,
I hate gathering so much.
But like,
I'm a gather
again,
master, bro.
Getting on board on World, and it was still like pretty important. Like, I had a gathering set. Like, I fucking made.
I
a
found
set to-
I had that shit was annoying to me.
I liked it,
I don't like it.
I like,
but you're not a grindy type of
Yeah.
like mindless task kind of guy.
I want to fight the monster.
But like, you're preparing to fight the monster.
I get that, but I want that to be a skill preparement, not I have the thing preparement.
Well, you can still die. Like, you can still. I carded so much in World. I don't. Yeah. Anyway, this game's fucking for babies, dude. We should. Yeah.
We
should. Do you want to say any of the last minute things about this game?
I will keep playing it.
I will keep
Okay.
playing it.
Same here, probably.
I hope they fixed the technical issues at the very least, although I doubt it.
They'll fix it in G rank.
They should make us
I-
buy G rank, so we have to play through the whole thing again. Actually,
Don't they?
no, I mean,
Oh, you talk about as like a
as a
different
separate
game.
game.
Like, okay.
Bring that back.
No. I would actually drop Monster Hunter.
No,
I
I
would
think-
be curious how they handle G rank, like new areas and stuff, if they address
G-rank
any of our criticisms.
G rank is enough of a like big thing for it to be another episode, right?
Probably
yeah.
down like in 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah, like in 2 years when we're like getting millions of views.
Yeah.
when God Eater 4 has come out and
And we all
it's the
switched
best-
to God
we
Eater.
all switched to
Imagine
God Eater.
Kenji if God Eater has a world moment.
Dude,
What the fuck does that
that
look
was
like?
Code Vein, I guess.
Oh, I guess so. Yeah.
That's
Unfortunately, they didn't capitalize.
yeah, because it wasn't anything like God Eater.
When are they gonna make Code Vein 2?
when after God Eater 4,
Oh,
Oh, I
damn.
see. We're all gonna be God Eater fans in 2026. You know.
I am the #1 God Eater. I don't.
Where is your PSP?
I played the PC
All right.
version. I only
No,
played the feature
fake
complete.
God
one.
Eater fan.
Okay, now we're talking about a completely
Okay,
different game. Okay, That's it. No wheel again because we're gonna play.
We're gonna do Avowed.
Actually, for real.
yeah.
For real this
Because
time.
this guy's traveling out of country again.
I hate this game so much. I'm abandoning all of my possessions and leaving.
This
Yeah.
time to fucking Australia.
I'm gonna do Monster Hunter in real life.
Didn't you say Austria first?
Yeah, he went to Austria.
And then
now
now he's like just
I'm going
adding
to
more
all the
letters.
Aussies.
Yeah, you're just adding more letters. What's Auckland? Auchla. Is that? Am I making up a name?
That
a
sounds
word?
like a place.
It
Yeah.
sounds like a place.
What the fuck am I? Quick fact check. Auckland is not spelled how I thought it was spelled.
Is
It's
not-
in New Zealand. AUC.
That's close enough to Australia.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah,
You gotta go
alright.
to Auckland first.
Anyways.
All right. Now we're talking about fucking geography. Monster Hunter.
Good game.
Monster Hunter is a good game. Monster Hunter Wilds.
Is a good game.
Meh. All right.
It's okay.
Bye.